What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch along. We are here to do the live watch along of Manchester City's game against Sheffield United away from home at Bramall Lane. Looking forward to it. Should be a really good game of football. This a newly promoted team for Man City to face away from home. So it should be a really good game. A couple of bits of injuries that have been knocking around for City. Phil Foden travelled alone. I don't know whether he's been busy or he's picked up a little knock, and they were assessing, seeing how he got on this morning, and obviously passed a fitness check for him to be in the squad. I'm not too sure, but he doesn't start for Manchester City today. We will digest that more when we get around to speaking about the teams. But Manuel Akanji seems to be getting added to the Manchester City injury list along with Kevin De Bruyne and also John Stones. But we do have Bernardo Silva back, so that is a bonus. So before I do crack on with this live watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe. We're on that big push now to 32,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We're now less than 500 subs away, so I'm hoping to hit that by transfer deadline day. I'm doing daily Manchester City transfer content for you guys to look forward to, so if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, any videos, or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes minimum. Always our first aim. So just going to have a quick check on how we're doing on the likes at this moment in time. Doing well. We're only 69 likes coincidentally away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do let me know your thoughts in the live chat, your score prediction for this game, and do let me know where you are tuning in from. Heading to the chat, I can see we've got MCFR. Thank you very much for tuning in. Said he's going to be doing a fan reaction. I feel under a bit of pressure now. Feel like every goal needs a good reaction from me. I'll do my best, but thank you for that. Much appreciated. Boy Racer, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Also, thanks to the Only Blue in the Village. Thank you very much for tuning in, wanting the 3 points for Manchester City. Boss, thanks very much for tuning in, going for an early prediction of 5-0 to Manchester City. MCFR going for a 5-1 victory for Manchester City as well. Gamer Boys wondering, are we going to see Jeremy Doku? Doesn't surprise me that he's on the bench, but I reckon we will get some minutes from him in the second half to see what he can do. And we do have a new intro for the season rolling. I do apologise. In my last live watch along, which was against Burnley, I use a system called OBS. My laptop doesn't like OBS, so I've been thinking to myself, I need to buy a new computer and get everything sorted. The problem is computers are very expensive, so that's in the works right now to get that sorted. So I've had to move across systems, which is, as you can see in the top corner, powered for by StreamYard instead. So I've not managed to get the fancy graphics, but hopefully you guys can actually see me and hear me okay, which when doing a live watch along probably is the most important thing, and it allows me to do my live watch alongs, which I love doing. So yeah, we've got a new intro sorted as well for you guys. Josh, thanks very much for tuning in, saying too bad that we do not see Doku starting, but fancying a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. Love that one, Josh. Thanks very much for tuning in. Tom as well, another regular here on the JSGC channel, going for a 5-0 victory, a Haaland hat-trick, a Diaz header, and Doku coming off from the bench late on to score for Manchester City. Love that one. Love the optimism from Teddy as well, going for a 5-0 victory. MCFR going for a 5-1 victory. Lots of Haaland hat-trick predictions coming in. Love that one. And thank you very much, Tom, there for the kind comment. Much appreciated. Josh tuning in from Wales. I've seen the MCFRs also in Wales at this moment in time too. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Nixon, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Doku to grab his first goal and also going for a Haaland brace. There's a lot of Erling Haaland love out there. And I don't think you guys are going to be far off when you're saying Erling Haaland's going to bag a couple of goals. There is a reason why JSGC's got a builder bet in, and included in that is a Manchester City victory, along with Erling Haaland scoring, along with other couple of bits that I've put in there, including 30-plus booking points and an Ollie Norwood yellow card anytime. So from my own personal point of view, that's what I'm looking for from this game as well. MCFR, would it be a Haaland's first away hat-trick? That's amazing. That's a great stat. I love that. Haaland's first hat-trick away from home. You heard it here first. So, guys, I'm going to go through the teams for today's starting 11 and also the bench. We're going to digest the teams and we'll process some of that injury news as well. So we will get that one sorted for you guys. So we'll just get the starting 11 up for you guys so we can discuss and talk about that. So hopefully you guys can see the screen. It looks like you can see the screen, which is good. Everything's showing us all green and plus on my side. So just having a look first at Sheffield United, their starting 11 for today, starting with Foderingham in goal. He's a good goalkeeper. So we'll see how he does going up against Manchester City's great attack. They're going with a back three made up of Ahmedhodzic, Egan and Robinson. Doing a load of research into Ahmedhovic's pronunciation of his name. I still don't get it right. I did a ton of research. I was trying to get that sorted in my preview. Sheffield United fans were laughing at me. Did a little bit more research and thought, is it Ahmedhodzic? Who knows? You know, I'm trying my best. So anyway, Ahmedhodzic starts along with Egan, their captain, a decent player as well, along with Robinson. So that is a back three. It is going to be a couple of wing backs. I think it's going to, is it going to be Baldock and Osborne are going to be the two wing backs of Baldock on the right-hand side and Osborne on the left-hand side. And then it's going to be through the middle, Hamer, Costa and Ollie Norwood. And then up top going with a front two. So it looks like a 3-5-2 formation or a 5-3-2 formation, whichever way you want to look at it, with Traore and Osula starting up top. They've not managed to get the signing of Cameron Archer sorted in time. He's going to be a new £19 million signing for them. That's not been sorted, so obviously not in the squad today for Sheffield United. But when we do face Sheffield United in the return fixture at the Etihad, if they've got him signed in time by transfer deadline day, then I imagine he will be in the squad. New signing Tom Davies, though. Nowhere to be seen. I don't know why he's not in the starting 11 or on the substitute bench. I don't know whether he's picked up a knock or he's injured. I do not know. But on the substitute bench for Sheffield United today, they've got Davies, Trusty, Basham, McBurnie returning from injury, Koulibaly, Bogle, Jayden Bogle also returning from injury too for Sheffield United. So a couple of players returning for them, along with Larouci, Marsh and Brooks is Sheffield United's starting 11 and substitute bench, and led by manager Paul Heckingbottom. Could you see the officials here? Referee's going to be Jared Gillett. Assistants Darren Cannon, Simon Bennett. Fourth officials David Coote today. On VAR is Simon Hooper. Hopefully won't be needing VAR on assisting him is Adam Nunn. So there we go. That's Sheffield United sorted. The officials all sorted. We're now going to be speaking about Manchester City and our starting 11. Alex, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Good afternoon. Do hope you are well. And do you reckon we're going to see Jeremy Doku? I reckon he's coming off the bench. I reckon we're going to see him later in the second half. We don't have Pep Guardiola available today, unfortunately. He's had a back operation in Barcelona, so he's currently recovering in Barcelona and isn't going to be back for Manchester City until after the international break. And so it's Juan Marlilo leading Manchester City with the guidance of Pep Guardiola, which I presume Pep Guardiola will be on call. He will be watching this game, and we're making all his notes. Anything that he's noting, he will communicate to the Manchester City bench. So Pep Guardiola will be having his influence. There will be an influence of him in the dressing room as well, I am sure. So Manchester City, well within our best interest to keep them high standards. And quite frankly, you want to win a Premier League away game, you need to be meeting them high standards. Man City, we have a great opportunity today to go top of the Premier League and be the only team to win 3 games from 3 in the Premier League. Arsenal could be our nearest title challengers once more, dropping points at home against Fulham. Yesterday, Man City have got a chance here to put a little bit of daylight between us and them. We've got a difficult home game against Fulham next week before we head into the international break. So Man City putting themselves in a strong position. We need to play well. We've won our first 2 games with 2 good performances, with good attacking flair against Burnley away from home, and a really solid performance against Newcastle to get the job done and win 1-0 with a goal from Julian Alvarez last weekend, and Julian Alvarez starting for Manchester City today. So Manchester City starting 11 for today. We're starting in goal number 31, Ederson. I wonder if this is going to be a flat back four from City, led by captain Kyle Walker on the right-hand side and Josko Gvardiol starting on the left-hand side, and Ruben Dias and Nathan Ake going through the middle. If we're going to invert, it's going to be very interesting, this. Who is going to invert? Kyle Walker has previously been told by Pep Guardiola he's not capable of doing that. We've never seen Ruben Dias do that before, so it's left with Nathan Ake and Josko Gvardiol. Now, Nathan Ake has previously in his career played in defensive midfield. So, and it is something I've spoken about before. If we want to find a way of getting Nathan Ake involved whilst also starting Josko Gvardiol, the two options you've got is Josko Gvardiol goes into the middle and Nathan Ake goes in at left back. I don't think that's going to happen here. The other option is keep Josko Gvardiol on the left and move Nathan Ake through the middle, and he may be able to invert. So it could be a case that Nathan Ake sits more on the left-hand side, and starting alongside him is number 16, Rodri, scorer of the Champions League final goal against Inter Milan to win 1-0 back on June 10th. I think might be how Man City line up. It could just be a simple flat back four from Manchester City as well, and not overcomplicating things whilst Pep Guardiola is not there. We'll have to wait and see. Alex, I've been told Akanji's got a knock, and that's why he's not featuring today for Manchester City. It's a bit of a blow because I wasn't that impressed with Akanji in our first game when we played him in that inverted role when he was playing against Sevilla. I thought he was getting targeted in that European Super Cup match. He then followed that up with a really good performance against Newcastle, and I was quite looking forward to seeing what he could do in this game, but he's not available. And so because of that, I wonder if Man City are just changing things up and we may go with a flat back four or look to try and complicate things. I'm not sure. Mateo Kovacic may be there to support the defence as well. Offensively, looked brilliant against Newcastle. I'd like to see him playing in that more advanced role for Manchester City because I think he looked really good in that position. So we will see. I'm going to presume it's going to be Julian Alvarez playing behind striker Erling Haaland. We may see Bernardo Silva drifting over to the right wing and Jack Grealish stretching the pitch on the left wing. Going to be Man City's approach in this game. It does mean that Manchester City, having a look at the bench, we've got Kalvin Phillips on the bench, Jeremy Doku on the bench, potentially making his debut for Manchester City today. Looking forward to that. I imagine he's going to get at least 15 or 20 minutes. Man City will want to get him up to pace whilst we've got him for this game and Fulham before he'll move on to his international duty with Belgium. So he's not going to have a lot of time to adapt. So the best way we've got that is we've got him for 2 weeks, get him training every single day, working alongside the players, get good chemistry in there and get him some minutes. Give him 15, 20 minutes today. See if we can give him 15 or 20 minutes next weekend against Fulham as well. And when we're getting back after the international break, try and embed him into the Manchester City first team squad. And it'll be the case if we bring in a central midfielder and doing that as well. Also on the bench, you've got backup keeper Stefan Ortega-Moreno, who is going to be staying at Manchester City. We've also got Sergio Gomez and Phil Foden. They're your more senior players there for Manchester City. And then you're looking at a couple of young players as well. Rico Lewis has got an abundance of experience. And once we start to get the likes of John Stones and Akanji back from injury, all of a sudden we're going to open up a bit of space here for a couple of these young players to potentially leave Manchester City. Oscar Bobb, I'm expecting to stay at Manchester City, making the bench today. Cole Palmer, big future for him. What's going to happen for his future between now and transfer deadline day next Friday? That's a big question. This could be the last time we see Cole Palmer on the bench and featuring potentially for Manchester City. And the same can be said here for former Sheffield United man James McAtee as well. Cole Palmer, James McAtee currently getting linked with the exit door at Manchester City. I think the big call here, Phil Foden had a brilliant game, man of the match performance against Newcastle last weekend. Only on the bench today. He didn't travel with the squad. I think he travelled on his own this morning with Manchester City. I don't know whether it's been a fitness issue or something else. I'm waiting further clarification. But clearly something has happened. I'm going to presume it's a little knock that he's managed to shake off in time. City don't want to risk it and playing it safe, putting him on the bench rather than in the starting 11. But we await to see what the official word is from Manchester City. But the official word on Akanji is he's picked up a knock, not featuring in this game. And we await clarification on just how fit he's going to be in time for the Manchester City game next weekend against Fulham. Thankfully, we're not playing every 3 to 4 days, so we don't have to worry too much about squad rotation at this moment in time. So yeah, that's the Manchester City starting 11 for today. Score prediction from me. I think Manchester City are going to win. I don't think this is going to be both teams to score. I'm going for a 3-0 victory today. My original thinking was a brace for Haaland and a goal for Jack Grealish. With Alvarez starting, because in my preview when I covered this, I didn't have Alvarez starting. With Alvarez starting, I think it's going to be a brace for Erling Haaland, and I think it's going to be a goal for Julian Alvarez as well. And I'm going for Manchester City to grab all 3 goals in the first half and then take the foot off the gas in the second half. And Sheffield United might get a little bit more of a grip on the game, and Man City will just start to rest some players 60, 70 minutes in. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. Triple D, thanks very much for tuning in. Says, thought Palmer should have played right wing. Makes a good call there, I think. Makes a really good call. Cole Palmer, I think because we've managed to bring in Jeremy Doku, I'd probably say that more than likely what's going to happen is it's going to free up Cole Palmer for him to potentially leave Man City. We've got options out on the right-hand side. You've got Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku. You've got options on the left with Jack Grealish and Jeremy Doku as well. Oscar Bobb's going to be the young player ready to step up and get some minutes. Cole Palmer, with the arrival of Doku, may struggle for a bit of game time. So it's difficult because we don't know how Doku's going to really settle in. And he looks like a really good quality player who's got a lot of pace. And I'm excited to see what he can do. But that doesn't guarantee that he's going to hit the ground running and be that option for Man City. And considering just how well Cole Palmer has done so far this season, I thought it might have been worth a case for Man City to keep him. But I don't think that is going to be the case. I think Man City are wanting to get regular first team minutes, and there's talk that City want to get some breakthrough in talks with Wolves when it comes to Mateus Nunes, and they may want to use Cole Palmer for him to go out on loan as a little sweetener, as well as including Tommy Doyle, which is what I'm hearing on the grapevine when it comes to that deal. So as I said, it is a case that potentially this might be the last time we see the likes of James McAtee and Cole Palmer at Manchester City, albeit maybe for this season, maybe forever. Who knows? I don't know what the future holds. We'll have to wait and see. So, guys, we are we're less than 7 minutes now away from kickoff here between Manchester City and Sheffield United. Going to be a good game. Make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. We're already on to 42 likes, just 68 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Oh, there we go. Cameron Archer, I think, is at Bramall Lane today. Have they confirmed that signing today? Let me just double check that one whilst I just run through the promo. Do go and check out my social media links. They're in the description too. If you want to go and check them out, that would be much appreciated. You got my Twitter links, Instagram links, TikTok links. You can go and check them out. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's a promo sorted. So I'm just having a look now on Twitter and seeing if there is anything about Cameron Archer. That's slipped through the net from me. I wonder when that was sorted. For the fact that he's at Bramall Lane. Yeah, 3 hours ago it was confirmed. 10 a.m. this morning. Cameron Archer's completed his permanent move to Sheffield United. He's going to be signing for just under £19 million. Played for Middlesbrough in the second half of last season. He's a quality striker. And maybe just a little bit of a loss here for Sheffield United not featuring today. But never mind. We don't have to worry about that. Thank you. And big up to Captain. Thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. We're here for the live watch along. Sheffield United taking on Manchester City. We are set to get underway very soon. Got drink ready. We're on the Henry Weston's medium dry vintage cider choice of drink today. Just show it up to the camera. There you go. Today's choice of drink. Never had this before, so let's see how it tastes. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh. Okay. What percent's that? Wow. Look at that. Can my camera pick that up? Can you guys see that? 8.2%. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Cool. 8.2%. I felt the immediate impact of that one. Love it. Thank you very much, MCFR. Much appreciated. Do enjoy the rest of your day and look forward to the reactions. And as I said, I'll do my best to try and do some good ones. It is a dry one, Alex. Sometimes I call them cutthroat ciders. Some of them can be really tasty and really nice. Some of them can just be straight up, just painful to drink. I think this one's somewhere in between. That was heavy stuff, really heavy stuff. Also, how much does he look like Vincent van Gogh? Like, really? It's like a cross between Vincent van Gogh. Maybe we could put JSGC in there as a little bit of a cross, and thingy out of Modern Family. What's it called? Mitch. A little bit of a cross between all three. And you get Henry Weston's. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Rightio, we're nearly ready for kickoff, where the teams are making their way out at Bramall Lane. I do have to add, if there's anyone out there that loves ground hopping and visiting different grounds, if you've never visited Bramall Lane, it's a brilliant place to go and visit. Incredibly close to the city centre in Sheffield, and one of my favourite grounds. Creates a good atmosphere. I presume it's going to be full today. A lot of in demand for the big Manchester City game, and Man City come into town. Premier League champions, FA Cup champions, of course, European Cup champions as well. Welcoming newly promoted Sheffield United, finished second last season in the Championship and securing promotion back to the Premier League. Any news on McAtee or Perrone? In terms of James McAtee, I'm hearing he wants to go back to Sheffield United on loan. That could happen, in particular if the future of Tommy Doyle gets sorted, because I know Sheffield United had them both last season and were interested in having them. They can only have one or the other. I presume they're not going to make any permanent signings with either of them. And Man City want to use Tommy Doyle to try and bring in Matheus Nunes from Wolves, which frees up James McAtee. If we bring a central midfielder in, then we could let McAtee leave. And I presume that might have been communicated to him, and that's why he's saying, giving a come and get me plea to Sheffield United, who I'm sure Sheffield United would have no objections in taking James McAtee on loan for the rest of the Premier League season. In terms of Perrone, he's joined UD Las Palmas in Spain, in Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands. He's going to be playing La Liga football for the season, and wishing Maximo the very best of luck on his move in Spain for the season. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a very conservative 2-0 victory today for Manchester City. We've seen predictions such as 5-0, 5-1. I'm going for a 3-0 victory for City today. Dad going for a 2-0 victory for Sheffield United. As I said, do let me know your score predictions in the live chat, and do let me know where you are tuning in from around the world. I'm going to have another sip of this 8.2% cider. So crisp. Oh, whew. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to be so strong. LCLC, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says Matheus Nunes or Eze. Eze, I got a big update on that actually coming later on today, my transfer update. Eze this season's not happening, so Matheus Nunes it's going to have to be. H said, oh, with the not very positive 0-0. I really don't want a 0-0. That doesn't make for a very entertaining live watch along for anybody either. Alex, completely agree. 4 of them, you've had, 4 of them, and you're done. Really. And Mick said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for getting me the Henry Weston's medium dry vintage cider, 8.2%. Strong stuff. Going for a conservative as well, 2-0 victory today for Manchester City. That reminds me, is this on Super 6? What have I put on my Super 6? If it's not on Super 6, and if it's also not on there, I want to see how I'm performing so far in this current round. It is on Super 6, and I've got a terrible start, got just 2 points. Yeah, bad. Oh, I needed to change my Super 6. I went originally for a 2-0 victory for Man City. I'm now changing my mind and going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. So we do have kickoff here between Sheffield United and Manchester City. It's Man City getting us underway, attacking from left to right. Man City playing in their home shirts today of sky blue shirts, white shorts, sky blue socks, with Sheffield United playing in their normal red and white stripes, black shorts and black socks. Sheffield United just launching the ball Long. Nathan Ake mops that one up, and Ederson was going to roll that one out to Kyle Walker, making his return, of course, to Sheffield, a Sheffield-born boy. Hey, said, I hope so as well. I do hope so. La Arana, thanks for tuning in from Merseyside, citizen, showing the support there with a nice little what's the word we're looking for? Mix up? I'm not sure. A mimic of the Mancunian accent, going for City. Love it. And Sevesial, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I apologise for that one. If I have, let me know how you pronounce it, and I'll get it right next time. It's the motto here. If you get it wrong first time, get it right next. Going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. So 1 minute and 20 seconds into this game, Manchester City dominating the ball. Got the ball through Rodri, working it to Nathan Ake. It's looking like it's a back three from Man City, and Ruben Dias is going on the right-hand side, Ake through the middle, and Josko Gvardiol on the left, and Kyle Walker stretching the pitch for Manchester City, which is allowing Bernardo Silva to go more in field. We will see. So nearly 2 minutes in here at Bramall Lane. I'm going to go into commentator mode now. I'm going to take my microphone and I'm going to do some commentary for you guys. So Jack Grealish takes the ball here for Manchester City, gives the ball to Rodri, and works the ball nicely into the Sheffield United half. Here is Bernardo Silva with the ball. Gives it to Kyle Walker under pressure from the Sheffield United defence. And he's forced backwards to Ruben Dias. Mateo Kovacic drops deep, receives the ball back into the Sheffield United half. Gives it to Julian Alvarez, playing more in midfield. Once more for Manchester City today. Jack Grealish to the byline. Can't get the ball across. Can't get his feet sorted. And it will go out of play for a goal kick to Sheffield United. Dudley, thanks for tuning in as well, showing his support for Manchester City. Don't forget, everybody, leave a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. Please do subscribe. And also don't forget as well to let me know your score predictions in the live chat. So it's Wes Foderingham in goal for Sheffield United today, going to be taking this goal kick. It looks like he's just going to launch this one old-fashioned Route 1 football right up the field. Left-footed, sends it long. Rodri wins the ball in the air, flicked on by Mateo Kovacic. Can't find Erling Haaland. Sheffield United having the ball ping-ponging around before Rodri gets a foot onto that one. And Manchester City, through Ruben Dias, is going to work it back to goalkeeper Ederson, starting in goal today for Manchester City. Here is Ederson now. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Back to Ederson, playing in a fluorescent yellow colour for Manchester City today. Works the ball long, too long, and straight out of play for a throw-in to the cheers from the Sheffield United faithful. They're going to have a throw-in just inside their own half. Julia, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Going nice and positive. Love it. 4-0 Manchester City. The Bill, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. 4 minutes gone here at Bramall Lane. It is Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Josko Gvardiol, new signing for the summer, brings Man City forward. Grealish dropping deep, gives the ball to Ruben Dias. City now just going to stretch the ball and stretch the field. Gives it to Josko Gvardiol. I meant stretch the field then, not stretch the ball. Imagine stretching the ball. That'd be a fun game to watch. A stretched football. Love that. Enjoy the game. JSGC will also be at the game. So we won't have a live watch along, unfortunately, next weekend, as I will be at the game doing a very special video for you guys to look forward to. Kyle Walker with the ball. Gives it to Rodri. Mateo Kovacic now. It would be rugby. It depends how far you're going to stretch the ball into an oval shape. I was thinking more just like a flat football. Like a puck. Like hockey without sticks. Bernardo drills the ball across. Defended well by Sheffield United. Only as far as Kyle Walker on the edge of the penalty area. Puts a cross in. Doesn't beat the first man. And Sheffield United will gather that one up. They've got time here to get this one launched clear. They can't find any Sheffield United players. And Nathan Ake is going to mop that one up for Manchester City now. Gives it to Ederson in goal. Here is Nathan Ake with the ball for Manchester City then. It is very much looking like a familiar feel that Sheffield United are just going to go with that low block approach and have a very defensive setup, looking to try and contain Manchester City and hope that they're going to keep Manchester City to nil or keep the score down. Because the last thing Sheffield United need in front of their own fans, just getting promoted back to the Premier League, is Man City to come here, steamroll them and win 5-0. Does nothing for morale and it does nothing for motivation. New signing Cameron Archer, of course, watching this game as well. New signing for Sheffield United today in the stands, not featuring. Here's Rodri. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias playing more on the right-hand side for Manchester City today. Sheffield United very much camped in their own half at the moment. City halfway through the Sheffield United half with Julian Alvarez put under pressure. Finds a pass to Nathan Ake. He'll give it to Ruben Dias about 45 yards out from goal. Feeds it to Julian Alvarez. He had a bit of space there. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva tries to thread a pass through to Julian Alvarez. Intercepted, but City win it back straight away. Here is Bernardo now, making a return for Manchester City today as well. Goes with a ball into the box, flick towards Erling Haaland. Gets his head onto it. No accuracy at all, and that will go out of play for a goal kick to Sheffield United. The right idea, that from Man City. It's a free header for Haaland. Doesn't make a clean connection. I see the idea is trying to flick that header on. It doesn't work. Here's Nathan Ake for Manchester City. Just sends that one long and out of play for a throw-in to Sheffield United. Ball gets worked behind as we're now on to 54 likes, which is fantastic. More than halfway to our like goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Please do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. City then working it to the left-hand side. Here is Josko Gvardiol. Gives it to Mateo Kovacic. He's got runners ahead of him. Gives it to Rodri. Sheffield United are so deep. It's a great challenge, that. And Sheffield United start thinking about the counter-attack. They've got the runner on the left-hand side. He tries to thread a pass through, and it's the wrong choice. And intercepted really well that by Manchester City, and a great drop of the shoulder from Nathan Ake as well. It was brilliant defending that from Kyle Walker. I think the last thing Sheffield United won is a foot race. Really? You don't really want a foot race with Kyle Walker because no one's going to beat him. Kylian Mbappe, one of the quickest players out there, challenged him. And Kyle Walker won that one. Vinicius Jr. went the same way as well. Difficult to do. Keith, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Appreciate the support as Matty Cash. Great for my bet, mate. Has scored and opened the scoring for Aston Villa away against Burnley in the other 2 p.m. kickoff here in the Premier League. Alex asks an interesting question. Do I think we've got enough quality in our wingers at the moment? Love Foden and Grealish. Don't get me wrong. Mahrez is a big loss. He is a big loss because he's quality. That's why. He's a massive loss because he's just been there, done that, worn the T-shirt. Premier League proven. He knows what it takes to be a success. He knows where the back of the net is. He knows when he needs to pass, when he needs to shoot. Got a wand of a left foot. He's a big loss for Manchester City. I presume that's why they've chosen to bring in Jeremy Doku to try and offer something a little bit different to our wingers. And I do get where you're coming from. Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, all three of them very similar wingers. And I agree. I want to see more from Man City's wingers. Jack Grealish had a brilliant season last season. He needs to build on that now. I've been saying it for over a year. Sometimes it's not always about stats, but at times, Erling Haaland right now has got two players on, and sometimes he has three, which will give you a bit of space. And that's where I want to see the other attacking players chipping in with goals. Something Gundogan did very well, and I think that's where Man City will be relying on Kovacic to step up and grab them 5 or 10 goals in a season. And I think that's what Grealish needs to be doing, making sure, because Mahrez was always a consistent 15 goals a season player. We need that. Erling Haaland has a header straight at the keeper. So I want to see a little bit more. I really do want to see a little bit more from Man City's attacking players, not just our wingers. Julian Alvarez is getting minutes. I want to see him chipping in, getting 10, 15 goals. I want to be seeing Bernardo Silva getting 10 or 15 goals. Foden getting 10 or 15 goals. Grealish getting 10 or 15 goals. Because it's all fine and well Jack Grealish having a good game and offering a lot to Manchester City. But as I said, there's Premier League teams are getting more and more used to Erling Haaland. Haaland got off to a rocket of a start last season. I think he scored over 20 goals in the first half of the season. He didn't find goals as easy to come by in the second half of the season, but Man City found a way to win. And sometimes Haaland's not going to score in every game. And if he's not, other players need to step up. And that's where I'm looking towards Jack Grealish. I'm not expecting Jack Grealish to come along and be Riyad Mahrez and score 15 goals, but to me, 5 or 10 chipped in from him, from Bernardo, from Foden, will help see out that void. As Man City pick themselves up a corner here, 12 minutes in at Bramall Lane, 0-0, and I think Sheffield United will be pretty happy with this start. The best Man City have had is an open header to Erling Haaland that was very tamely headed into the ground and straight at Wes Foderingham. Other than that, Man City haven't created too much. I think Sheffield United will be pretty happy with that, but maybe that's going to change. Julian Alvarez on corner duty. Dias forward, Rodri forward, Ake forward, good in the air. Test here for the Sheffield United defenders. Goes towards near post and Haaland and Ake flicks it towards Dias. He goes down on the ground and Sheffield United panicking a little bit, but do enough and scramble that one clear. Here's Kyle Walker. Just finds the pass to Rodri. There's 3 in the box and it's an awful ball by Rodri. We don't speak about that. And into the stands by Manchester City. There's a good ball towards Haaland, flicked on. Ake gets a foot onto it, and Ruben Dias just couldn't get it out from under his feet, and Sheffield United could get that one clear. And Sheffield United now looking for that counter-attack. That's good defending from Ruben Dias. He wants a goal kick and gets a goal kick in front of the City faithful there, showing their appreciation to Ruben Dias. And how much does Man City's defence look far much better with having Ruben Dias there? It really does. So we're now just 43 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We have a quiet first 15 minutes here. Sheffield United they try and bring the ball forward. I think the problem Sheffield United have got is they're keeping the ball in the air. And Man City are just, I think, finding it a bit too easy to keep control of the ball. And City can come forward now. Here is Walker. He might fancy a rocket. He does. Blocked well. And Foderingham's going to collect that one up for Sheffield United. Kyle Walker fancying a goal against his former team, Sheffield United. Always been rumours that Kyle Walker wanted to end his career at Sheffield United as well. Walker, of course, linked with a move to Bayern Munich earlier this summer. A move didn't materialise. He's too important and Man City wanted to keep him. And we're just waiting for him to sign his new contract now at Manchester City. As we have a little drinks break here, one of the Sheffield United players down. And instructions given by the coaching staff to the Sheffield United players in what I think has been a hard working 16 minutes for them. Can't be easy not having much of the ball and just sending the ball long, and they've not created anything. But most importantly for Sheffield United, the stat reads in the scoreline. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. And limited Manchester City very well too. Not much. Still got a bit of a stoppage here at Bramall Lane. It's a very impressive stadium, isn't it? Very impressive. I think Sheffield United are going to be forced into an early change here, actually, for the injury. It is going to be Osborne that's going to come off for Sheffield United. The man down. So Foderingham's going to send this one long. As it's Larouci that comes on for Sheffield United. Here's Nathan Ake to Rodri. Gives it to Josko Gvardiol. Nathan Ake then. 18 minutes in here at Bramall Lane, 0-0. Just had a couple of minutes stoppage with an injury to Ben Osborne. Seen Larouci come on for him instead. I think Sheffield United may want to just use that injury. Not that you want an injury, but you're going to have an injury. You may want to utilise it just to try and take the sting out of the game. But it's not like Man City are knocking on the door. It's Man City just knocking the ball around. And this is a brilliant run from Mateo Kovacic. Brilliant run. Continues his surge forward. And he's brought down. And a free kick to Manchester City. I think the referee's just going to pull this one back. It's not going to be as close to the goal as first thought there, but all over him. 100% a free kick, that. Mateo Kovacic loses his balance, and Manchester City will have a free kick. And someone asked a really interesting question: who's going to be taking Man City's free kicks now that Mahrez has left and Kevin De Bruyne is injured? And with Foden on the bench as well, Bernardo stood over it. Alvarez has stood over it. What's this? About just over 30 yards out from goal. It's a long way away. It's like a good strike to beat the keeper from here. Really good strike. I think City might work a ball into the box instead. It's a sensible idea. Bernardo, and it slipped, and Nathan Ake follows that one in. They want the offside flag. I think the referees disallowed the goal for offside. Sheffield United at 6s and 7s there, and there's the warning sign sent to Sheffield United. It was a good ball in from Bernardo Silva. It will be checked. Rodri with the header, and I think this might be pretty tight for offside because one of the Sheffield United players was all over one of the City players and his foot steps forward. I'd like to see the lines on this. I really would. I think they've said no goal. I want to see the lines. That was close. Closer than what I thought. And that's given away from Sheffield United, and they do really well to scramble that ball. I think Man City smell blood here. It's a great tackle. Here's Kyle Walker. City just need to keep the composure, find the space. This is the right tempo that City need to be looking for. City have a goal ruled out for offside. I'm waiting to see the lines as to just how close offside was there. A bit disappointed that Man City haven't timed the run on a free kick and you're offside from a free kick put in. It's a bit criminal if you ask me. Here's Ruben Dias, particularly when you can, there's a pause in the game and you can look across the line. It means you've not timed your run if you are offside. Here's Kyle Walker, chance to put a ball into the box. He does. It's very deep. Jack Grealish going to struggle to keep this one in. He's really going to struggle to keep that one in. He isn't going to keep that one in. It's going to be a throw into Sheffield United. And this might be a chance now to be able to see, perhaps, as Matty Cash has given Aston Villa a 2-goal lead against Burnley. Burnley not having the best of returns to the Premier League. All the teams newly promoted struggled. Luton haven't looked very good. Burnley struggling. Sheffield United haven't got off to the best of starts, but competing hard here to try and get some off City. Alex, spot on. Kova's quality. Really good signing. I wasn't sure what to make of it, but he looks a right steal at 25 million. A right steal. And if we can keep him injury-free, we have got ourselves a brilliant player. My only concerns that I've had with Kovacic has been his injury record. Keep him injury-free, I think we've got a really good player. City then had 84% possession so far. 5 shots, just 1 on target and a goal disallowed. Sheffield United struggling to create, struggling to get out. And if they keep this up for 90 minutes, I'll tell you there'll be one result. The approach that Sheffield United are doing, it's very difficult. And I think Man City actually are not struggling too much to find space in and around. It's just Man City being patient, looking for that opportunity to put it away. We nearly had it with Nathan Ake. Just patient build-up from Man City, just waiting for the mistake. And the longer this goes on, I'm sure Sheffield United will take encouragement. The longer they keep this at 0-0, but the longer this goes on, the more Sheffield United will get tired. A summer's day, sun shines out, chasing shadows. It's a long 90 minutes, and that clock, I'm sure for the players, is going very slow. Here is Manchester City coming forward. Mateo Kovacic gives it to Rodri now. Inside the Sheffield United half. Ruben Dias. Jack Grealish has gone to the right-hand side at the moment, and Bernardo Silva just floating towards the left. And a very interesting setup this from Manchester City. Asking for a little bit more from Josko Gvardiol and Kyle Walker, 2 very important players for Manchester City. Here is Nathan Ake then, gives it to Mateo Kovacic. Here's Ruben Dias. Looking for his options. Spreads the play to the left-hand side. Josko Gvardiol. He had a run of Jack Grealish. Doesn't use it. Instead, chooses the safer option to Nathan Ake. Bernardo Silva now. Making a return for Manchester City today from illness. Good to see Bernardo back. Fresh from signing his new contract at Manchester City. A 1-year extension until 2026. We await to see if there is official details on a release clause being active in his contract. Rumours are it's worth £50 million active from next summer, when Bernardo Silva will be turning 30 years old. Here is, and having 2 years left on his contract. Here is Josko Gvardiol now. Gives it to Julian Alvarez. Drops a shoulder really well. And that's not the greatest of passes. And I think this is a game where we could do with someone like Kevin De Bruyne, who can just break open through a little bit of quality, even the tightest of defences. I think City just trying to thread these little passes through, and I don't think that's the route here. I think as this game goes on, someone like Jeremy Doku could be very important for Manchester City. Here is Josko Gvardiol. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Bernardo now. Lovely feet from Bernardo. Gives it to Rodri. Edge of the penalty area now. Mateo Kovacic to Jack Grealish. Drives inside the penalty area. Gives it to Kovacic. Space opens up. He has the shot and a good block there from Sheffield United. Really good block, and Jack Grealish can't sort his feet out, and that will be a throw into Sheffield United. Jack Grealish just maybe feel a bit of pressure. Jeremy Doku's arrival, playing for his place, just trying to force it. That's a cracking block. I think it was Ollie Norwood with the block. Really important block from that Mateo Kovacic shot. I like handball, and is handball against Sheffield United, and Man City will have a free kick. It's Osula, the man that is penalised. So free kick to Manchester City, just inside their own half, which Nathan Ake will take quickly and give it to Ruben Dias. He gives it to Bernardo Silva, and Manchester City now back into the Sheffield United half. Bernardo Silva playing on the right-hand side. He's got Kyle Walker stretching the pitch, receives the ball. Erling Haaland makes a run into the channel. It's a good ball from Kyle Walker. Good work from Erling Haaland, and Alvarez with the shots, and what a save from Wes Foderingham. It looked like Julian Alvarez was just going to break nicely for him, and he was going to make that 1-0 Manchester City. Erling Haaland with great strength. It opens up so nicely for Alvarez, and Foderingham, I don't think he knows too much about it, just opens up his body, makes himself big, and makes a massive save. Alvarez should have scored, I think. Corner comes in from City, not a great one. Cleared by Sheffield United. Alvarez picks it back up though on the left-hand side. Goes again with a ball into the box. Cleared by Sheffield United. Will go out for a throw into Manchester City. Abu, thanks for tuning in. Not happy with Jack Grealish so far. Asking, is he drunk? He's just struggling a little bit, Jack. I just wonder, he's not really had any competition for his place. That's just not really put him under any pressure. And I think maybe for the first time, he's feeling a bit of pressure to keep his place. Jeremy Doku's arrival, rapid pace, offering something a little bit different to Manchester City. And I just feel like that's disrupting Jack's game. He's just trying to force something to happen when he just needs to relax. But at the moment, if we're going to introduce Doku, I imagine it may come on this left-hand side rather than the right. Here's Rodri, opens up nicely. Rodri rocket. Doesn't open up enough. Good defending that from Sheffield United. Ball goes in from Walker to the back post, and defended well by Sheffield United, and a corner given to Manchester City. Jack Grealish was just about to kick off if he didn't get the corner. It was an interesting ball in that from Kyle Walker, floated across the penalty area. No one really at the back post other than Jack Grealish ready to follow that one up, and it was good defending that from Sheffield United. 29 minutes in here. Julian Alvarez with the corner. Not the best of corners again from City, and Sheffield United can get a foot onto that, and it's out of play for a throw into City. It is all Manchester City. City looking to try and get into their groove and find the opening goal of this Premier League clash. At the moment, Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Here is Ruben Dias. Gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol. Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Gives the ball to Julian Alvarez. Mateo Kovacic picks the ball up. Rodri, City centralising it now to Ruben Dias, 40 yards out from goal. Space opened up for him to play a ball into the box. It doesn't. Bernardo just chips one over to Ruben Dias, and Ruben Dias can't really sort his feet out and plays a sensible pass. Somehow for a combination of his right and left foot, somehow finds Kyle Walker. And Bernardo Silva's causing all kinds of problems there for Sheffield United. And he's just pulled down to the ground. Man City now got themselves an interesting free kick here, 30 yards out to the right-hand side of goal. This is in shootable range. I think Man City may choose to put a ball into the box again. Kyle Walker wanted that ball quickly there. He doesn't get it. I don't think the referee was ready. Bernardo stood over this with Alvarez. I think City are going to work this ball into the box again rather than go for the shot. I think this would suit the right footer to go for the near post. If you find that post, you may find the goal, but I think City are just going to put a ball into the box. And remember, last time I was in this position, there was a goal ruled out for offside. And City do go for the shot. And I said it suited the right footer. I think they were looking for that near post. And Julian Alvarez doesn't get that one right. And it's over the top of the crossbar. And that free kick comes to nothing for Manchester City. And it remains here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Sheffield United now just working the ball out from the back and doing it very nicely here. Very nicely indeed. And that's good defending from Nathan Ake. I think it hits his backside. I don't think he knew too much about that one. But an interception's an interception as far as I'm concerned. Rightio, guys. We're just 40 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And please do remember to subscribe as well. I like how none of the ball is being played in the Manchester City final third. All the ball being played in the middle and in the Sheffield United third, distributed nearly evenly between the two. Man City dominating this game. Sheffield United holding firm. Man City yet to muster up that first goal. Gone close with a disallowed goal from Nathan Ake and gone close through a shot from Julian Alvarez, well saved by goalkeeper Wes Foderingham. In the other Premier League match taking place at 2 p.m. BST today, it is Burnley 0, Aston Villa 2. A couple of goals from Matty Cash at Turf Moor has put Aston Villa firmly in the driving seat there against former Manchester City legend Vincent Kompany, who is manager of Burnley, as they're struggling a little bit to the start of their Premier League campaign. Here is Rodri then, gives the ball to Julian Alvarez. Goes for a ball into the box, defended well by Sheffield United. They get a foot onto it. Ruben Dias mops that one up really nicely for City. Hooked over his head by Kyle Walker to Bernardo Silva. And he plays another header there, Kyle Walker over to Bernardo Silva. Just bouncing around. City trying to force the issue there. And it's a good bit of defending from Sheffield United. And Bernardo Silva can't keep that one in play. And Sheffield United will have a goal kick. Sheffield United will be thinking to themselves 13 more minutes and we make it half-time plus whatever's to be added on. We have had an injury. We've had a little bit of stoppage as well, so I wouldn't rule out there being maybe 5 or 6 minutes being added on here at the end of this first half. MCFR not happy, saying poor at the moment from Manchester City. A lot of vent being put towards Jack Grealish. Alex, you're spot on. His job is almost like a defensive winger. He doesn't have the pace offensively to hurt teams if he's going to be playing in that defensive role. And I don't think Sheffield United are offering too much offensively that perhaps, I think sooner rather than later, you might see Jeremy Doku introduced that may offensively offer something maybe a little bit more. But there's Jack Grealish getting in then defensive positions, helping City to win the ball back. I think that might be why Man City are just trying to change up this formation a little bit. And Bernardo Silva pressed and nearly Sheffield United out of nowhere, creating themselves an opportunity, what would have been a really good opportunity. Thankfully, Ederson, very alert there, picks that ball up. And there is no danger for Manchester City. And I think that might just be a little warning sign for Manchester City that they need to be careful. Here's Ruben Dias then, gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol. I think but one of the biggest problems City have had so far is we've not found any way at all to get Erling Haaland involved in this game. Here's Bernardo Silva. Alex makes a really good point. I'm just having a look at the screen. So the ball's on the right-hand side. Jack Grealish is floating around on the left-hand side. He's going to pace himself towards the to stretch this pitch. Plays a ball into the channel. And Man City want handball. There's 4 players appealing and penalty given. Penalty Manchester City. Handball given against Sheffield United. It looked a bit harsh. Jack Grealish involved there. A good pass into the channel. Alvarez takes it to the byline. And he just hooks it across. And it is handball. He's stretched, he's sliding, and his arm's out here, and it hits his arm. It is handball. The ball was coming back towards Erling Haaland. It's potentially stopping a goal-scoring opportunity there for Manchester City. Without his arm there, I think that ball goes to Erling Haaland. And his arm's in an unnatural position. I think the penalty is the correct call. I don't think it's a yellow card. I certainly don't think it's anything more than a penalty for Manchester City. So VAR aren't going to intervene there. Manchester City have the chance here from the penalty spot to take the lead. Big Erling Haaland, I've just said, he's not really been involved in this game so far. But 36 minutes in here at Bramall Lane has the chance to give Manchester City the lead. It's Erling Haaland up against Wes Foderingham. He's already made a good save from a shot earlier on against Julian Alvarez. Can he keep Erling Haaland out, or can Haaland continue his good penalty record? 9 penalties taken, 8 scored. The one missed against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final second leg, sent high over the crossbar. Haaland takes 2 deep breaths, 3 steps back. He's poised and ready on his left foot. Haaland hits the post and misses. Bramall Lane erupts. Erling Haaland misses the penalty for Manchester City. And a wonderful opportunity for City to break this low block of Sheffield United down. And Erling Haaland sends the keeper the wrong way, but he cannot beat the post. He's on the line there from Foderingham, so it won't need to be retaken. It's not a bad penalty from Erling Haaland. It's half a yard out from where he wanted it. I think he was just looking for the inside of the post and the side net, and it just doesn't get it right. And Erling Haaland, 10 penalties taken, 8 converted. And Man City's wonderful opportunity there goes amiss, and Sheffield United keep it to 0-0. And City just need to keep the chin up, and City just need to keep going. I'm going back to what I was saying before. There aren't many teams that will nil Manchester City, and City having over 80% of the ball. I'm very confident that if Sheffield United keep this approach for 90 minutes, at some point, Man City will find that goal. Haaland makes the long run, intercepted well by Sheffield United. I think the bigger problem Sheffield United have got, I'm not that concerned about Man City finding the back of the net. If I was a Sheffield United fan, I would be a little bit concerned by the fact that they're offering nothing offensively to Manchester City. Ederson's faced no shots. Sheffield United have created literally nothing. This game is all about Man City not putting their shooting boots on. And their approach here is 0-0. And as soon as City can find that goal, what does Sheffield United do then? Because I'm sure Sheffield United have more to offer than just parking the bus with 11 men behind the ball. But at the moment, it's 0-0. They'll be happy with that. They'll consider that really a job well done. Sheffield United now coming forward. Well defended from Manchester City. Ake can hack that one clear. Rodri just picks the ball off. They want a free kick, Sheffield United. He's too weak. And it's a bad touch. It allows Rodri to get control of that ball. So Manchester City miss from the spot. Erling Haaland hitting the post. Julian Alvarez having a shot well saved from Wes Foderingham. And we've had a goal disallowed for a very narrow offside that I've still not seen the lines for. We've done everything in this half but score. Here is Jack Grealish to Rodri. Jack Grealish brought down. Referee ignores it. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. 3 men around him. Stretches the pitch to Kyle Walker. Surprised he didn't turn that onto his left foot. And Sheffield United just got a nice, comfortable block in there. A bit too predictable, that from Kyle and Manchester City. Sheffield United can get that one clear. It's again touched his arm. The offside flag goes up, though. So saves the referee giving a free kick for handball. Instead gives a free kick for offside. It's not a terrible penalty from Haaland. It's low. It's hard. It's just, if it's half a yard onto the inside of the post, it's the perfect penalty. He just puts slightly too much on it and it hits the post. But I'm going back to what I was saying before on the free kick that was offside. The ball is stationary from a free kick. You can look across the line. And I am disappointed if you're offside from a free kick because you are looking across the line. There is no excuse for being offside. And once again, with the penalty as well, the goal is massive. And someone as good as Erling Haaland, in my opinion, should be finding the target. And every time he's missed a penalty for Man City, it's because he hasn't found the target. But at the level that we're looking at here, from the penalty spot, the job number one from a penalty is you find the target. Sheffield United get forward, ball into the box, not dealt with by Sheffield United. They don't get enough bodies forward there. A couple of players around the edge of the penalty area, but no one in the danger area. And I think that's the big problem you've got with their approach. When someone does get forward into a good position, you've got no one to aim for. There was one player in the middle there, and there was 4 Manchester City players in the box. By the time the ball had come across, Man City had 7 players in the penalty area. I think Sheffield United are too scared to commit forward. I'm getting similar vibes to the Nottingham Forest match away from home last season here at the Mo. 41 minutes in here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. An entertaining first half. We've seen City miss a penalty. We've seen us have a goal disallowed. We've seen a good save from Wes Foderingham. We've not seen a goal, though. Here's Mateo Kovacic for Manchester City having another good game. Ruben Dias gives the ball to Kyle Walker. I'm not too sure that took a touch off a Sheffield United player. Referee says it did. City get a throw-in. Sheffield United feel a bit aggrieved by that. Here is Ruben Dias now for Manchester City coming forward. Gives the ball to Mateo Kovacic. Don't forget then, guys, we're 37 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Here's Julian Alvarez. Gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol. Jack Grealish gives the ball to Rodri. Opens up nicely for Rodri, and he has a shot straight at the keeper. Andy, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your breakaway. How are we playing so far? In terms of our distribution and our general play, looking pretty good. We're not creating too much, but we've had enough opportunities to at least scored one. I think we should be 2-0 up. We've missed a penalty through Erling Haaland hitting the post. We've had a goal disallowed for a narrow offside. I'm waiting for a replay to see if it was offside or not. They've not shown anything. And also we've seen Julian Alvarez go close with a well-saved shot from Wes Foderingham. So there's been some good opportunities there for Man City. I think City should be ahead. I think for how dominant we've been, we should be ahead, but we're not. It's a beautiful diagonal ball played forward from Sheffield United here. And now they can get players forward. Better from Sheffield United. 5 players forward. Gives them the options now. And that's not the greatest of passes. And they're lucky there, Sheffield United, to come away and get a throw-in. A pass that was sold short. Julian Alvarez nearly intercepted. We have had nearly 85% of the ball. We've dominated the play. We've dominated the game. We've just not found that opening goal, which is why I said I'm getting strong vibes of that Nottingham Forest game away last season, that we dominated the play. We just couldn't find that clinical touch. We found that clinical touch and then didn't go on and kill the game off. They go forward with one attack, one shot, one goal, and came away with a point. So what we've got to be wary of here. Patience from Manchester City, though, with how dominant that we've been. At some point in these 90 minutes, I think Man City get a goal. Law of average. Bernardo Silva tries to play a ball forward to Haaland, intercepted well by Sheffield United and picked up well here. And they've got a man over, a through ball comes in, and Ruben Dias just oozes confidence. Not only finds the interception, not only keeps hold of the ball, finds the pass, and Man City come away with possession. Outstanding work that from a combination of Ruben Dias and Kyle Walker. And just like that, defence into attack. Alvarez, Grealish in the penalty area, turns onto his right foot. There's options. Rodri on the edge, goes to the byline, plays a ball across, and nobody's there. Erling Haaland can't believe it. He wants a penalty. Can't believe it. I'm not sure if he's appealing to the referee that he wants a penalty or he's asking why Jack Grealish just hasn't played a ball across, but it's Robinson that's just holding tight to Erling Haaland and grabs him and then pulls him down to the ground. I think if that's anywhere else on the pitch, he gets given as a free kick. Erling Haaland not happy about it. Looked like a little push in the back there from Josko Gvardiol, not given by the referee. Sheffield United fans not happy. So 45 minutes are up. How many minutes are going to be added on? I reckon it's going to be 5 or 6, to be honest. Just 4 minutes. We've had a penalty. We've had an injury for 2 minutes. Erling Haaland, great strength from Haaland. Tries to find the pass. He can't, but he can get it second time. Here's Jack Grealish now in the penalty area. He's got Rodri on the edge, uses Rodri on the edge. Kyle Walker's lining up a shot. He's got Bernardo as the better option. Bernardo floats one across. Haaland's brought down. It's a penalty, ref. It's a penalty, ref. Erling Haaland was just pulled down. Sheffield United have an injury now from fouling Erling Haaland. How is that not a pen? Erling Haaland can't believe it. It's a great ball in from Bernardo. It's just floated over the keeper. I presume VAR are going to have a look at it. I weren't sure about the first one. He's getting tussled, shirt pulled. It's a penalty. It is 100% a penalty, that. He's pulling Erling Haaland's shirt. He's wrestled to the ground. Commentator's saying he doesn't think it's a penalty. I don't understand how that's not a penalty. He has hold of his shirt, drags his shirt. A combination of the next player comes in and goes right through the back of him. 2 players to make sure Haaland doesn't get on the end of it. Rodri puts the ball into the box. It's not a very good one and headed clear by Sheffield United. Backs against the wall there for Sheffield United. Here's Jack Grealish. It opened up for him then. He didn't have the shot. Walker plays the pass into Bernardo. Again, there's tussling going on in the penalty area for Erling Haaland. I think the ball's going to go in this time towards Haaland. And again, he's just chucked to the ground. Shot comes in from City, headed over and out for a corner. Erling Haaland, I think, is going over to go and have a word with the referee because that's 3 times now. Yeah, he's having a word with him. Julia spot on there. It's a messy game. Man United, they get 2 iffy penalties in a row. Sorry, not 2 iffy penalties. They have 1 clear penalty not given for Wolves in that opening game of the season. And then that Rashford dive. Man United have 3 penalties here in the first half. There's words exchanged. And again, there's just a bit of tussling going on. I don't think there's anything in that third challenge on Haaland. I think the strongest case we had was that second challenge. I think Haaland needs to be smart here. He knows that Ahmedhodzic is going to grab his shirt and pull him. He knows it's going to happen. I'd just chuck myself to the ground as soon as he puts a hand on my shirt. It's not the greatest of corners. And what's happening now? Erling Haaland again, not happy. There's a poor corner in. I think Haaland's saying he was getting grappled. The Man City aren't happy about this, feeling that they're getting grappled in the penalty area. So Sheffield United just need to be careful. They need to keep their hands to themselves. They've got away with it a couple of times. There's more grappling going on. Josko Gvardiol this time's the one getting... that hands are all over them. All over them. First yellow card comes out this time for Sheffield United, and a free kick given to Manchester City. This time for a foul on Jack Grealish. The 4 minutes are up. I think Man City, with the amount of time that's been wasted, we're going to have time here for Manchester City to have at least take this free kick. This game's just getting a bit aggressive, and I think Man City will probably want to get in at half-time. It's Baldock that goes into the book. I think Man City will just want to get into half-time to try and calm themselves down, but also want to avoid injury because Sheffield United are just trying to tussle this one up. And again, here, a bit of defending for Sheffield United to do. Free kick for City on the left-hand side. A chance here to put something of quality into the box, albeit our balls into the box have been a bit hit and miss today. Cross comes in from City. Header gets flicked on, and Sheffield United do well and get that one clear. And I think that should be half time. Referee's gonna blow the whistle now, and there's the half time whistle. And I think Sheffield United will be very happy with that. 0-0 at half time. Man City miss a penalty. I think City feel hard done by not to have at least a second penalty in this game. I think Man City should have had a second penalty, is my complete honest opinion. Sheffield United are sitting very deep in this game and playing a dangerous game because, to me, Man City find this goal. I don't see how Sheffield United get back into this game with this approach. But whilst it's 0-0, they'll consider that a job well done. And it's just started to turn into a bit of a nasty, ugly game in stoppage time there between Sheffield United and Manchester City. So I think both teams, in terms of trying to settle the players down, will probably be quite happy to hear the halftime whistle and just digest that first half. It's done with. There's no harm done for Manchester City. We're not behind. We're not chasing the game. The game plan remains the same as what it was when the whistle went in the first half. We need to find that goal and we need to be more clinical in front of goal. And I think Man City, they're a bit too reliant here on going toe for toe with Sheffield United instead of trying to play the way around. And the best of Man City's opportunities have come from set pieces, a penalty miss, a disallowed goal from a free kick. It's been set play that Man City have been relying upon, and I'd like to see a little bit more from Man City in open play. And I'm sure there'll be some questions getting asked of some fans asking about Jack Grealish and not being involved enough in this first half. And you've got a new signing, £55 million Jeremy Doku on the bench, who a rapid player could cause a lot of problems for Sheffield United. But I think the one thing that you've got here for Manchester City is we've got a couple of good options on the bench. You've got Doku as a plan B. You've got Phil Foden as another option to put on behind the striker and get him in that more creative role. And I think I'd just like Man City to take more risks when it comes to our offensive play, because we get the ball into the final third and then there doesn't really seem to be too much end product. And with how physical Sheffield United have been defensively, I'd like Manchester City just to try and be a little bit smarter. And if we can, with how defensive Sheffield United have been, try and maybe commit one or two more players to go forward to try and just stretch the defence, so to speak. Because if you're having 2 or 3 on Erling Haaland, then it should be creating space for the likes of Rodri to get forward, for the likes of Kyle Walker to be coming in at the back post if there's something coming from the left-hand side, Jack Grealish darting towards the back post, and have Josko Gvardiol stretch the pitch, for example, is what I would like to see more from Manchester City in this second half. But it's been a little bit frustrating. Patience is needed. And I think Manchester City just need to regroup at half-time, assess the situation, assess where we're at in this game, keep pushing, try and find that opening goal, because this might just be one of them games like it was last week against Newcastle, where potentially one goal is enough to win this game. So we're going to go and have a look at the stats for this game and see what the stats are suggesting for this match so far. So just having a quick look at the stats, as you can see from Bramall Lane, it is Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Man City still very much firm favourites according to the odds on Sky Bet. Manchester City 10-3 on a draw, 3-1 and narrowing in. Sheffield United 16-1 to win this game. But Manchester City having just shy of 85% possession, dominating this ball. Sheffield United 15% possession, no shots on target, no blocks, 53% pass completion rate. This is a game that's been completely dominated by Man City, and we're struggling with how much possession we have to create too much. So when opportunities do come about, like Julian Alvarez's open play effort, they need to go. Good save from Wes Foderingham, yes. Should he have scored? Equally, yes. Erling Haaland from the penalty spot. Referee doesn't seem to be doing too much about the grappling going on. It's just a bad referee. Referees in the Premier League and throughout England are terrible. We know that. So you just don't rely on the referee. But if they do give you a penalty, you need to tuck it away. We haven't. 2 big opportunities. We've not been clinical. We need to make sure if a third opportunity comes about, you don't make that mistake a third time and we go on to score that goal. Just 1 corner in this game so far. I'm fairly sure Man City have had more corners. I'm not sure if Sky Sports have updated their stats here as of yet. Tackle completion rate, again, I'm not too sure they've updated their tackles here. And I'm fairly sure there's been offsides, because Man City were offside in the build-up to the goal for Sheffield, for Manchester City, that was disallowed. So clearly not updated as of that much. But with 1 shot on target, it's just 1 save to be made for Wes Foderingham. And for 85% possession, I think Man City needs to be doing a little bit more. Yeah, they've definitely not updated the stats, because 1 yellow card going to Bulldog of Sheffield United. Maybe I press refresh Maybe that might do it, and it does refresh. Yeah, there we go. It's refreshed itself. So it's half time. So 83% possession there for Manchester City. 12 shots, 3 on target. Not been clinical enough from City. 68% pass completion rate for Sheffield United, 92% for Manchester City, 5 corners, 1 offside apiece. Tackle completion rate 60% for Sheffield United, 55% for Manchester City. City more dominant with their aerial duels, but it's their keeper, Wes Foderingham, the much more busy goalkeeper. You have got bored Ederson, and there is 1 yellow card going to Bulldog. Maybe something worthwhile. Man City just trying to look at, just keep asking the question, just see if you can get Sheffield United down into get a red card and 10 men and helping potentially Man City out. I know there's some managers that do look towards yellow cards and targeting them kind of things, just to try and give yourself a little bit more of an edge when it comes to these games. But for me, I think sooner rather than later, I'd like to see Phil Foden introduced into this game, and I'd quite like to see Jeremy Doku, as this game goes on, introduced into this game as well. So, guys, we're 31 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you haven't already. That would be great. Much appreciated. And we do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to look forward to as well. Just going to stop sharing my screen. We'll go back onto me now. And we do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to look forward to and enjoy, which is brought to you by my partner channel, McSid. This is what was meant to be my halftime entertainment against Burnley. Wasn't to be. Couldn't do a live watch along last weekend or of the European Super Cup, unfortunately. So better late than never, as I say. And this is McSid bringing you the frozen banana daiquiri. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks and stuff, and just chill out. And we'll be back for the second half, and hopefully a big push for City in the second half. And we can go on to get the +3 points from this game. Mix's link is in the description if you want to go and check him out, and I'll see you guys again in just under 8 minutes.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another summer cocktail. So this is summer cocktail number 4, which is the frozen banana daiquiri. I can't wait to try it. Can't wait to try my new spirit as well, which is the creme de banana, or creme de bananas, as I should say. But I've been wanting to try this for a while, the classic daiquiri, but the banana take on it. So let's get straight into it. So it's a frozen drink, so it's going to be blended. So get your blender and start putting the ingredients into it. So the first ingredient that's going into it is 60ml or 2 ounces of gold rum. I'm using Bacardi Major Lazer. Next, 30ml or 1 ounce of creme de banana. So I got this from, so the maker of this is Gifford. I got it from Master and Malt, this one. What I'm going to do now is squeeze a lime. So I've cut it in half, so about 15ml hopefully, maybe a bit more. So now we'll go put in the banana, which have come to slices. And last but not least, what we're going to do is add a tablespoon of sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit, so I don't want it too tart. So now I add 200ml of crushed ice, which is just short of 7 ounce. So put your lid on. What we're going to do now is blend right into it. If it let me. Personal opinion, I'd say it needs more ice. So it's a bit more smoother. That is much better what we're looking for now. Now we're ready. If it's ever too running, just put in more ice. So get your hurricane glass and strain into it. Now that is a proper frozen banana daiquiri. Oh, beautiful. Just look at the texture and smoothness of that. It took some ice going through it, but we've got the right texture. That is absolutely incredible. So the final thing to do now is garnish it with a slice of banana. And of course, one straw. And there we go, one frozen banana daiquiri. Doesn't it look absolutely incredible? I can't wait to try this. First time we're trying a banana daiquiri, especially a frozen version. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, one frozen banana daiquiri. How does it taste? It's very, very refreshing. So it's not too sweet. I think it's right called putting in the caster sugar, otherwise this would be very, very banana-y. But the tasting notes I'm getting, it's a rum, it's a nice balance. It's not too sweet, it's not too tart. If you love bananas, you'll like this cocktail. I think if I was to make the perfect one, I'd probably put in a little bit more rum and less bananas. I think there's too many banana slices in that. I'd probably put, next time if I did this one again, I'd put in probably about 4 to 5 banana slices. That's my only complaint of this one. Well, that's what you want out of a banana daiquiri, you want the banana taste in it. But for me, it's a little bit overpowering, especially with the banana. But other than that, I'd probably rate it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not my favourite frozen drink that I've ever had. It's certainly nothing like the strawberry daiquiri. That is absolutely incredible drink. Does the banana daiquiri match it? Not in my opinion, but if you love bananas, then you would. But it is certainly a nice cocktail. I'd recommend it on a nice summer's hot day. It does not let you down at all, and it gives you an excuse to finally use the creme de bananas. Finally use the banana liqueur. So with the gold rum, I think it'd have a better taste with the dark rum rather than the gold rum. That'll be my other change that I do to this next time. But other than that, looks good. But that, guys, is the frozen banana daiquiri. What do you guys think of it? Have you ever used the banana liqueur, creme de bananas? Do let me know in the comments below. But that is cocktail number 4, the frozen banana daiquiri. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It as we are on the road to 2K, as we are 25 subscribers away. So I do thank you for all your support throughout the year as well. So we're getting very close now to our 2K. So stick around for a special video when we do hit that milestone. But for now, I will be continuing on with my summer cocktails. So any summer cocktail recommendations, do let me know in the comments below, as I want to hear from you. But I've been Mix It. This has been the frozen banana daiquiri. Have a nice day. Cheers. Tastes like summer.
Perfect time in that one. Thank you, Mick Sid, for providing today's at halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Do go and check out his channel. Links and details there in the description. We are back underway here for the second half. Manchester City now attacking from right to left, with Sheffield United attacking from left to right. Doesn't look like any changes have been made between either teams here at halftime. So I imagine we'll just start where we left off from that first half. As we're now just 30 likes away from 100 likes, 30 to go in this second half. Any help towards that would be much appreciated, and do subscribe if you are new around here. Here is Ruben Dias then for Manchester City. Rodri gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol for Manchester City on that left-hand side. Quite a few people not too happy with Jack Grealish at half-time, wanting some changes, and Jeremy Doku coming on as equally a discussion going on about Julian Alvarez in that central attacking midfield role for Manchester City, and wanting Foden, with how good he was last week, to come on. I think the problem is, I think Foden's passed a late fitness test, so I don't know how fit Phil Foden is, but if you're fit enough to be on the bench, in my opinion, you're fit enough to be starting this game. Here is Kyle Walker now to Bernardo Silva. Gives it to Kyle Walker, back to Bernardo, onto his left foot, space, opens up, cross comes in, headed clear by Sheffield United, only as far as Rodri has a shot, and it's over the top of the crossbar, and into the stand, into the Manchester City fans playing in the standing behind the goal in what used to be the Jessica Ennis stand at Sheffield United. There was a bit of a disagreement over Ched Evans at the time, former Manchester City man, now plays for Preston North End, who's picked up a serious neck injury with an ongoing situation with him when he was sent to prison. And I think Sheffield United refused to sack Ched Evans, and Jessica Ennis said she didn't want any association with Sheffield United, so the stand was renamed. I'm not too sure what it's been renamed now. But when I visited Bramall Lane that time, it was known as the Jessica Ennis stand, so that's why I'm calling it that. Anyway, way too much detail. Here's Bernardo Silva on the right wing for Manchester City. Going to the byline. Wants to get it onto his left foot. Plays the pass to Ruben Dias. Cross comes in. Not a very good cross. Picked off well. And Rodri with another shot. Not a Rodri rocket. And again, into the Manchester City fans behind the goal. A couple of good opportunities that for Manchester City. Not working for City at the mo. But the right idea, as I said, I want to see more from Man City from open play. And Rodri getting a couple of good positions, not having his shooting boots on. And going back to what I was saying at half-time, the big problem Man City have had is they've not had their shooting boots on. They need to have their shooting boots on if they're wanting to win this game. As Burnley, through Foster, have found a goal back against Aston Villa at home, and Burnley back into that one. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2. Couple of first half goals from Matty Cash for Aston Villa, but Foster's just got Burnley back into that game. Here is Rodri. There's space over on that right-hand side to Kyle Walker. It's a lovely ball from Rodri over to Walker. He could put a cross in here. He goes low with a cross, and it falls to Rodri. He can't get it under control, and that's really good work from Sheffield United. They can't get this one clear yet, and that's really good work from Julian Alvarez, and Bernardo Silva, and a combination of him and Alvarez managed to keep that one in. Good work that from Manchester City. That's good work, and City get themselves a throw-in. Taken quickly and cleared by Sheffield United. Here's Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva now. Back to Kyle Walker. Rodri. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Here is Josko Gvardiol now. Kovacic. Goes towards Haaland. Gets a foot onto it. Alvarez. Can't get it under control. Really good reading of the ball that by Ruben Dias. Rodri now to Walker. Squares it back across. There's Haaland. And it's wide. offside. Brilliant play from Manchester City. Open play football. So much better. And you just get a feeling it's not going to be Erling Haaland's day. Could have had a brace by now. Good ball across. Haaland gets there first. Should score. He should score. Keeper sent the wrong way. Should be 1-0 Manchester City. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Wanting to see Jeremy Doku. A lot of support for Doku. I think it continues at 0-0. It won't be long before you start to see these offensive players like to Jeremy Doku and Phil Foden coming on for Manchester City. Here is Ruben Dias now for City coming forward. Gives it to Alvarez dropping deep. Good work again from Man City with their distribution. 3 big opportunities in this second half so far. Rodri goes close a couple of times, but just can't sort his feet out and sends it over the top of the crossbar. City finding the space, though, and Erling Haaland going closest in what should have been a goal for Manchester City just then. Mateo Kovacic on the left-hand side. Again, Sheffield United just camped inside their own half. Man City, you feel like they're just toying. Kovacic could have gone first time with a ball in. He doesn't. Gives it to Jack Grealish as the run that Jack Grealish doesn't use. Lays it off to Mateo Kovacic. He can't get hold of the ball. Sheffield United just send this one long, and Ederson's had to scramble a good 40 yards out of his goal just to mop that one up for Manchester City. Sheffield United, again, just not offering anything for Manchester City. That's a good ball played into space and nearly into the feet of Julian Alvarez. He just couldn't get it under control. The right idea, a good ball, thumbs up there from Julian Alvarez. Good test that from Manchester City as Jeremy Doku out, warming up. And as I said, I don't think it might be too long before we may see Jeremy Doku introduced into this game. He's been in fine form for Stade Rennais so far in Ligue 1. And as mentioned by Manchester City, he's match fit and ready to go. He spent pre-season with Stade Rennais. He's looked good. He's looked sharp. He's looked competent. So he is in contention. He's ready just to come on. He's just not got the chemistry with the players. He's not used to Man City's systems. And it's probably going to take him a few weeks to get used to that as Kyle Walker is dispossessed, but only for a corner here to Manchester City as the corner count goes up. 53 minutes in here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Here is Julian Alvarez, takes the corner, plays it short to Bernardo, and it's the terrible pass from Bernardo. What a waste of a corner. Julian Alvarez and Bernardo not on the same page. Bernardo apologises. Frustrated there from Bernardo Silva. Why faff from the corners? Sent the players forward, send the ball into the box. Because sometimes you just can't beat a good ball into the box. And, there we go. Anyway, Mateo Kovacic for Manchester City. Again, no sooner does Sheffield United have the ball, but they don't have the ball. And it's been all Man City here again. They can't keep this up for 90 minutes and keep this to 0, surely. Surely not. Here is Josko Gvardiol now to Jack Grealish on the left wing. Wants to get it onto his right foot. Go to the byline, Jack. Go to the byline. He cuts in and goes to Josko Gvardiol. I'd like to see some overlaps on that left-hand side. The amount of times you see Kyle Walker playing the overlap, I'd like to see some overlaps on that left-hand side from Josko Gvardiol, and I'd like to see Jack Grealish go to the byline a little bit more. Mateo Kovacic now for Manchester City. Good defending that from Sheffield United to cover the gap so he can't play the pass and he has to go backwards. Here's Jack Grealish. And again, this is what he could do with the overlap because he can cut onto his right foot like he wants to. The shot's blocked. Bit too predictable that from Jack. Here is Kyle Walker in a bit of space. Cross comes in, flicked on by Julian Alvarez. Picked up by Josko Gvardiol. Now he's in that position to cross and blocked by Ahmedhodzic and out for a corner here to Manchester City. Better from City. A very dominant first 10 minutes of this second half, but still we await the opening goal here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 0. Now just 29 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Kovacic now, he does get the pass right from this corner back to Alvarez and he can't get the ball across. City faffing again. I think this game, more so than any of the others since we've had the De Bruyne injury, that we've really missed Kevin De Bruyne just for that little bit of creativity, just to lay something on the plate. Julia says something's got to give. At some point, law of average, you can't do this approach from Sheffield United, in my opinion. You just can't do it. Jack Grealish does play the ball to the byline, and Gvardiol doesn't read it, and Grealish not happy about that. Juan Marlilo, AirPods in. Instruction received from Pep Guardiola. I presume on the other line. Pep's, I think, seen or spotted something. Nathan Ake plays a cool header from that ball forward from Wes Foderingham from the goal kick, and Man City can have the ball back again. Here's Kyle Walker putting the Jets on, coming forward for Manchester City. There's space in the middle for the ball for Manchester City. Is Ruben Dias to Erling Haaland. Can't find the pass to Julian Alvarez, but that's brilliant interception from Ruben Dias. I've enjoyed seeing him in that more inverted central midfield role. He slides in, he makes challenges, he intercepts well. Here's Ruben. Can he have a shot? He can. Can he find the back of the net? It's headed over the top of the crossbar by Egan, captain for Sheffield United today, and out for another corner to Manchester City. Seamus, that's a shocking stat. 61 penalties for City, 18 missed. Just over 1 in 3 missed by Manchester City. It is poor. You're right. It is really poor. Second half stats, 86% possession for City so far. I think Manchester City fans can all vouch for that. I think we're all a little bit frustrated. Corner comes in and free kick given to Sheffield United. A free kick on Foderingham, who came to collect the ball and punch the ball clear. I don't think there was too much in that. Goalkeeper's getting too much protection and all that. Ironic cheers from the Sheffield United fans. Ironic cheers, yet they had a stonewall penalty not given to City and going in their favour. Okay. Here's Ederson. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Josko Gvardiol can come forward. Gives the ball to Rodri. Drives forward for Manchester City. Better. Mateo Kovacic picks up the slack. Gives it to Jack Grealish now. Inside the penalty area. To the byline, Jack. We know he wants to go onto his right foot. Rodri with the shot, and it's wide. Just wide from Rodrigo. 3 opportunities Rodri's had now. 3 times he's not found the target. But it's what I was saying in the first half. I wanted to see the likes of Rodri, Josko Gvardiol, Kyle Walker getting forward a little bit more for Manchester City. Gambling. I think Rodri should find the target. I would like to see Jack Grealish go to the byline, though. The defender knows he wants to go onto the right foot. The space opens up. It's poor defending from Sheffield United to allow Rodri to have that shot. That should have been covered. You know Grealish wants to go onto his right foot. So the only option he's got there is a pass to Rodri. That'll be a free kick to Manchester City. There's a head coming together, a head clash between Josko Gvardiol and I'm not too sure who's down for Sheffield United. I think it's Osula, the striker. Blue Moon wants the breakthrough. Will we break through? I'm confident. There's still half an hour left, plus whatever's going to be added on. It was a free kick for Manchester City. It was a hand to the face that brought Gvardiol down, and the follow through on him going down. He's gone down on Osula's head with his knee. Should be a yellow card, really. And it is a yellow card given. So JSGC nearly on there with 30 plus booking points. I could do with a Ollie Norwood yellow card next, a Man City win, Haaland scoring a goal, and JSGC quids in. So that's what we're looking for. And then my builder bet comes in. Here is Ruben Dias then for Manchester City. Kyle Walker has the ball now, works the ball back to Ruben Dias, Nathan Ake. Man City's defence not really been tested today. Seamus, no, I don't feel like it is Erling Haaland's day yet. Here is Ruben Dias once more coming forward for City. Rodri well aware of his surroundings and what's around him. And that just gets played through. And Haaland, surely this time, it's a great save from Foderingham. And out for a corner. Now, that isn't a bad finish from Erling Haaland. He goes to lob the keeper, and Foderingham reads it really late on to get a hand onto it and palm it wide. Really good save, that. Really good football. Nothing wrong from Erling Haaland there. He does the right thing. Really good save. Foderingham keeping Sheffield United in this. Corner Manchester City. Sent in. And it's right across the 6-yard box. Why is nobody there? Sheffield United are going to keep this one in, I think. He's fallen over. It's hit the corner flag and somehow stays in. Sheffield United haven't done a very good job of getting that one clear. What's Josko Gvardiol? Why is he not gathering that one up? We nearly lost the ball there. Josko Gvardiol just running past the ball. Here is Jack Grealish now. Onto his right foot. Gives it to Alvarez. Great save, Foderingham. Corner, Manchester City. Good near post shot that from Julian Alvarez. It's coming. Come on. Rodri to Alvarez. Gives it back to Rodri. Gives it to Kovacic. Kyle Walker opens up. Shoot, Kyle. He does. Oh, just over the top of the crossbar. 61 minutes in. It remains 0-0. Cracking effort from Kyle Walker. Great save from that Alvarez shot from Foderingham. If this stays 0-0, Foderingham's getting my man of the match. He's been outstanding for Sheffield United. It's a great save. City with 22 shots. Sheffield United with none. Is this going to be one of them? City have like 30 plus shots. Sheffield United have one and score, come away with 3 points. City, 5 shots on target from 22's poor. Grealish now. To the byline, Jack. There we go. Cross comes in. Haaland! He huffs his cheeks. A fan's on the pitch. Erling Haaland loves it. And Manchester City are 1-0 up. It's a great ball. Finally, Jack Grealish goes to the byline and crosses the ball over. And big Erling there with his head puts the ball into the back of the net. 1-0 Manchester City lead. Finally. It's a great ball from Jack. It's a cracking ball. City have been too good in these 62 minutes not to lead. Erling Haaland peels to the back post. I think as soon as he sees Jack Grealish go to the byline, he makes that run, holds his run well. There he is at the back post, just drifted away from the defender. He's bigger than the defender. It's an easy goal for Erling Haaland. He misses the penalty in the first half. He has his set goal in the second. And Big Erling gives Manchester City the lead. Much to everybody's relief, I am sure, that are Manchester City fans. And Erling Haaland's reaction, I think, breathes a sigh of relief for him as well. And it's a good header. And City now having a little water break. I think Foderingham's just gone down injured. I'm not sure if this is a genuine injury or a little tactical injury to allow Sheffield United, whose game plan's gone out the window, to park the bus. It's going to be a case where they're now going to have to come forward and do something. But the breakthrough achieved by Manchester City. Big Erling with the goal. We love it. I hope Foderingham isn't injured. As I said, he's been outstanding for Sheffield United. He's been absolutely brilliant. It'd be a big shame to see him pick up an injury in a game where he's played so well. And, of course, JSGC football at last. I think Foderingham's going to be good to go here. As we're just 24 likes now away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And do subscribe as well if you're new around here. What's not to like about this? Man City now 1-0 up through Erling Haaland. Good header into the back of the net. Manchester City lead. Thank you very much for tuning in, JSGC Football. As Aaron will be the one that's tuning in. Done for the day as well. Me gusta. I don't know why I've not made JSGC Football a moderator. But there we go. You're now a moderator. Anyway, Manchester City coming forward. And Julia, I'm fairly sure we are top of the league. Fairly sure we are. We're the only team that's picked up 3 wins from 3. I think. Let me have a look at the live league table. Give me 1 sec. I think now for Man City, I think they just need to push to try and kill this game off. With Aston Villa now 3-1 up. Musa Diaby's given Aston Villa the 3rd goal. Manchester City are the only team to have won all 3 games at the moment, if this stays the same. So we are top. Take us 3 games, but we are top. Message tunes in as well. Thank you. As we're now just 22 likes away. That's a great ball towards Kyle Walker. He'll keep it in, hook it back across, and Foderingham will pick that one up for Sheffield United. Sheffield United got a free kick not given, and finally Sheffield United are coming forward. So I need a yellow card for Ollie Norwood. And if that happens, that could well be my bet coming in. I've got Haaland to score anytime. I've got Manchester City to win, 30 plus booking points. It's currently 20 plus booking points in at the moment. So I just need 1 more yellow card. So if that goes to Ollie Norwood and Man City hold on, JSGC wins his Build-A-Bet. Ollie Norwood loves the yellow card. Chasing shadows as well. Surely he gets a yellow card in the next 22 minutes if he stays on the field. I wonder if Man City now might be a little bit reluctant to chuck Phil Foden on. I imagine we will see something of Jeremy Doku. We have to see something of Jeremy Doku, really. The other way we're going to embed him back into the squad is giving him minutes, really. He's not had pre-season with us. He's match fit, match ready. He's played a lot of minutes with Stade Rennais so far this season, so they want to maintain his sharpness. The last thing you want is him playing every game for Stade Rennais, comes to Man City, and then doesn't feature for 4 weeks. So just needs managing, I think, by Manchester City. Here's Bernardo Silva for City. Manchester City fan doesn't want another 1-0 win at Bramall Lane. Doesn't want Man City to coast for the next 22 minutes. There's a cracking assist for Jack Grealish. And finally went to the byline that I've been calling for several minutes beforehand. He's so keen to get onto his right foot. So keen to get onto it. Well, space opens up to get it onto your left. And if you can put a good ball in like he did on his left foot, all of a sudden, boom, assist. And I think that could be something Jack works on this season. Develop a stronger left foot. Haaland holds strength well, but not the greatest to pass is Julian Alvarez. Foderingham getting chased down and turns Alvarez well. The man that's won everything, Julian Alvarez, at such a young age. Quality player, turned by Wes Foderingham there. As there's more calls now for Jeremy Doku to come on. Who comes off if Doku comes on is the question. Walker goes low towards Haaland. He can't get it under control and out of play into the hands, of Wes Foderingham in goal for Sheffield United. So it is at Bramall Lane here. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 1. Erling Haaland with the goal for Manchester City. City coming forward once more. Kyle Walker gives it to Bernardo Silva. That's a good turn from Bernardo onto his left foot. Walker comes to arrive, and that's good feet from Bernardo and just runs out of room. And Sheffield United will get hold of the ball through Foderingham. So just over 20 minutes remaining here at Bramall Lane. Manchester City 1-0 up thanks to a goal from Erling Haaland. Man City a bit allergic to making subs. Sheffield United, on the other hand, are not. Preparing a couple of subs to come on now. It's very impressive what Julian Alvarez has achieved at his age. Ball gets threaded through. Haaland looks miles offside. He's through on goal. He scores, and now the offside flag goes up. JSGC's not going to get very excited about that because he looked about 3 yards offside. I think Erling Haaland knows that he was offside. But good finish from Erling Haaland. That'll make him feel better. He is about 3 yards offside. Good finish, though. Really good finish from Erling Haaland. That'll make him feel better. So Sheffield United make their subs. Baldock, he's not going to be getting a second yellow card. He comes off. I think Oli McBurnie is going to be another one coming on. It's good for me that Ollie Norwood stays on that pitch and he needs to get that yellow card. So Osula that comes off and McBurnie that comes on, and Jayden Bogle back from injury comes on, and Baldock on the yellow card comes off. 19 minutes remaining here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Manchester City 1. Manuel Akanji leading his first game in charge of Manchester City in Pep Guardiola's absence, recovering from an operation on his back in Barcelona. I wonder if Dr. Kugat's involved in the recovery for Pep Guardiola. I know he's based in Barcelona, and Man City trust him with a lot of the players when it comes to procedures and injuries and things happening. Stuart, thanks for tuning in. Wanting Foden and Doku to come on. Jack Grealish, hammer in the ground, goes down. Hurt. Maybe that might be a yellow card for Sheffield United and that 30-plus booking points that we've been looking for. McBurnie's only just come on. It's a cynical foul. He'll be lucky to escape without a booking there, in my opinion. He's hurt Jack. He's hurt there, Jack. He's not one. He gets fouled a lot. He's not one to stay down. Physio's on. I think Jack's hurt there. Feeling somewhere on his leg. I'm not sure if it's a knee or a thigh injury there that's felt the impact. This might force Man City's hand here into a sub. And perhaps Jeremy Doku might come on, or it could be Phil Foden would be the two options you would think. So, guys, we're closing in on 100 likes, just 21 likes away from 100. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. The good news is Jack Grealish is back on his feet, walking rather gingerly to the sideline. I think he's good to continue. He's felt the impact of that hit, though, there from Oli McBurnie, who's only just come on. I think Manuel Akanji's instruction there is keep Jack Grealish on the pitch. Ball gets sent forward, intercepted by Sheffield United. And Kyle Walker in a foot race to get back on does really well, makes a sliding challenge on Larouci and out for a throw-in to Sheffield United inside the Man City final third. I am not used to this, and Sheffield United going to make a throw-in using a towel. I thought towels were banned in cleaning the ball this season. Or is that in the EFL? I thought they were banned. Anyway, they used a towel. Long throw coming in from Sheffield United. Launched towards Ederson. He gets a fist onto it. He's made a meal of it, and a great block from Ruben Dias. Sheffield United want a penalty for handball. It looked like a cracking block on the midsection of Ruben Dias there, and Ederson gets it all wrong, and a long effort from Sheffield United just wide. And finally, they have an effort on goal. It's high and it's wide, but it's an effort on goal. Long throw caused the problem there. Ederson didn't get his clearance onto it. If you're going to come that far out your goal, I think you need to claim that. It's a great block from Ruben Dias. A better angle here as to whether it's handball or not. His hands are by his side. I think it's just his rib cage just here on his left-hand side. They're not the best of clearances from Ederson. And always hopeful there from Sheffield United. And to be honest, if Sheffield United are just going to get limited to potluck shots from 35 yards out, we're already 1-0 up. I'm not too concerned about that. Just over 15 minutes to play here at Bramall Lane then. A warning sign there for Manchester City. Sheffield United clearly changing it up, making the substitutions, wanting to be a little bit more positive, try and get back into this game. So I think Manchester City need to defensively be on it. We've been cruising for so long. We've found the opening goal. We've worked really hard to get into the position that we're in. We don't want to let that slip now. And I think Man City just having a little bit of a breather, really. Is City now coming forward? Josko Gvardiol, room for Rodri in the middle of the park. Gives it to Bernardo Silva now. Gives it to Julian Alvarez. It's got the run of Bernardo. He doesn't use him. Goes for it himself and drags his shot, and it's wide. Sheffield United will have a goal kick. Bit of a tame effort, that one, from Julian Alvarez. And the clock ticks on by. Sheffield United, no surprise, and a little bit more of a rush to get this underway and get this rock and rolling, so to speak. That's a good interception from Nathan Ake, and Sheffield United can have their first corner in it. It's amazing what happens when you're prepared to actually come forward, try and create and play offensive football. You create opportunities. You might just get something from the game. Defending here for Man City to do. Physical side, Sheffield United. Egan comes forward. Ahmedhodzic comes forward. Oli Norwood, it's going to be taking the corner for Sheffield United. Bit of shoving going on in the City penalty area, and it's a free effort. McBurnie, I think he should do better. It's wide. McBurnie's free. No one's marking him. It's a free header. He should find the target. That should be a test for Ederson. That's poor work from Manchester City. That's an opportunity for Sheffield United. Stuart, completely agree. They're making an effort of it now. They're making a game. They're playing better, Sheffield United. They are coming forward. They're making things happen. They'll be taking confidence from this. This game hasn't been killed off from Manchester City. We're 1-0 up. They're still in the game at 1-0. A second kills this game. A second kills this game. Bernardo Silva comes forward. Referee. Yellow card comes out. 30-plus booking points. But it's to Sousa, not to Oli Norwood. Can I cash out? What's my cash out? For offering me a good cash out, I'm cashing this out because I'm not too sure Oli Norwood's going to get his yellow card. Everything else is in at the moment for my bet. Let's have a look. Free kick here for Manchester City, so they'll suspend it. City can grab a second. It'll do wonders for me cashing out. Let's have a look because I'm not too sure Oli Norwood will get a yellow card in this game. So not offering a good cash out. Oh, I forgot I've got over 3 goals. I've got 3 goals or more in this game as well. I forgot about that. Right, I could do with Man City scoring this then. Might offer a good cash out. Free stood over this. A good opportunity this for City. Well, 28 yards or so out. It's very centre to goal. Suit a left footer. Bernardo stood over this with Alvarez. It's going to be Alvarez and a good save from Foderingham. Comfortable in the end for the keeper. But a corner to Manchester City. Comfortable save that, I think, for the keeper. Right. 18 likes away. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Mason, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And welcome back. Jack Grealish with the corner for Manchester City. Headed clear by Sheffield United. A couple of City players go down. It's been a very physical battle this for Manchester City. It's a lovely ball from Kovacic and a lovely bring down from Jack Grealish. He's in the corner. Can he do anything with it? He finds the pass somehow to Gvardiol, and he's tackled and he goes down in a heap of pain. Man City want the ball putting out. It's not happened as of yet, and it will happen now and out for a throw-in. I think Josko Gvardiol's back on his feet and sprinting it off. So that's good news. We don't want any injuries at this part of the season. We've had enough injuries. I think that's the end of my bets. I think Norwood's going off now. There you go. End of my bet. Went close. Doesn't matter. Oli Norwood goes off and Chris Basham comes on. It's all about these next 10 minutes and can Man City hold on here? So we'll look at my bet, mate. How's that doing? Currently in 15th place. Oh, no, 26th place. I was in 15th. I'm just outside a placed position. I'm half a point away. So I could do with a Bernardo or an Alvarez or someone doing something for City. Would be good. And that'll be a free kick, to Sheffield United. The clean sheet for Ederson might just get me a placed position for this game. Currently half a point away from being placed. Be good if we could win something so early in the season on BetMate, but we'll see. Foderingham it is then with the free kick. We are closing in on them 100 likes now. Just 17 away. So I'm a big push. Last big push. Final 10 minutes plus whatever's going to be added on. 17 likes. Get them likes up, everybody. Let's get to 100 likes. We can get to the nervous 90s ASAP. That'd be brilliant. Puts us in a really good position to get them 100 likes. So if you're watching this, you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Plenty more Manchester City content to come throughout the season, including plenty of watch-alongs. Kyle Walker's been done for pace there. He goes down. He wants a penalty. I'm not too sure there's enough in it for a penalty, but Kyle Walker got done for pace there. Referee says VAR's had a look at it, said nope, play on, continue. Knocks it past Kyle Walker. There's not enough in it on Traore, to be honest. Knocks it past Kyle Walker and says, I'll take you for the challenge. Yeah, there's not enough in that, to be honest. Man City had a couple of weak claims of penalties as well. Long throw goes in. Well controlled there by Sheffield United. That mopped up well by Rodri, and Man City can get that one clear. I think this long throw is causing problems for City, and they're going to go for another long throw here. And then stopped using the towel. And they're not going for the long throw. They're just Man City are just going to camp themselves inside their own half. And finally, Sheffield United coming out and doing something. And that's good work from City. And Sheffield United do really well to keep hold of the ball momentarily. And I think he's sold himself short there. And City can come away with it. And City start thinking about the counter-attack. Erling Haaland, he's made the run. And Jack Grealish is going to get the free kick. And it's kicked away as well by Sheffield United. Jack Grealish not happy. And another yellow card comes out. The fourth yellow card of this game. 0-4 for Sheffield United, but none for Oli Norwood, so I don't win my bet. Erling Haaland was in there. I think Jack Grealish does spot the run. He just can't sort his feet out. He just goes right through the back of Jack Grealish there. Cynical foul. Yellow card, the correct decision. Sheffield United feeling the frustrations now. Rather than Manchester City. Here is Jack Grealish then. As we're now 16 likes. Let's get them likes up. 16 to go to 100 likes. Ederson to Rodri. Gives it to Nathan Ake. Back to Ederson once more. Works the ball to Ruben Dias. It was Egan, the captain, shown the yellow card before, by the way. Here is Rodri then coming forward. Gives it to Mateo Kovacic. It's a good pass into the channel. Jack Grealish has the overlap of Josko Gvardiol. Doesn't use it. Stretches up well for Mateo Kovacic. Shot on target. Asked the question of Wes Foderingham. It gets down and it is remains 1-0 Manchester City. Foderingham then sends it long. McBurnie causing some problems there for Man City. Takes a good touch. Works well here to the left-hand side for Sheffield United, and Kyle Walker should just mop that one up. He's not got that one clear, Kyle, and Sheffield United can't sort their feet out. It's not fully cleared, though, by Man City. It's not fully cleared. There's a chance for the shot, and it's 1-1! What is Kyle Walker doing? Keeping that ball in and getting cocky. Sheffield United find the equaliser. Why? Well, City are asking for something of the referee. They're not happy about something. I don't know what they're not happy about. Why is Kyle Walker put a back heel when he's under pressure? You just clear the damn ball. So Kyle Walker deals with the problem. Why is he back heeling it? There's no one to back heel it to. Oh, I think they're asking for McBurnie. He's offside. I'm not sure what Man City are asking for with the offside. I think VAR are having a look at this. McBurnie is offside, so if he's deemed to be interfering with play, it will be ruled out. I don't think he's interfering with play, though. I mean, it gets in the way of Ederson, but does it stop Ederson from saving the ball? It's just a really good shot by Jayden Bogle. Takes the deflection, it takes it away from the keeper. I don't think there's anything wrong with this, to be honest. I think this is a really harsh goal to disallow because I don't think McBurnie's interfering. If this gets ruled out, I think Sheffield United could be really hard done by. Kyle Walker's smashed the advertisement board because of it. And yeah, correct decisions made, goal given. It should be a goal. Here's City then coming forward. City have got 5 minutes to sort this out. All our hard work undone. Foden's on. City! Chance! Oh, it's over the bar. Julian Alvarez. This has been one frustrating game. And we've got ourselves to blame for it. Breaks really nicely. Alvarez should score. Alvarez really should score. So Kovacic comes off, Foden on. And City on the verge here of dropping points in a game that we quite frankly shouldn't be dropping points. I think that's Sheffield United's first shot on target. I told you guys, Nottingham Forest away last season. I said this about 20 minutes into this game. This stinks of Nottingham Forest away. And how we are playing is exactly what happened that day. Man City dominated the game. We're too good not to score. We score that goal. Then we go to sleep for our own mistakes to create one thing all game, one shot, and come away with a damn point. And it's so frustrating because there's no one to blame ourselves as a brilliant cross comes in from Bernardo. Haaland can't get on the end of it. Walker's going to keep that one in. Poor defending from Sheffield United. Foden takes a good touch. Rodri! Yes! Rodri with a rocket! Manchester City ahead! What a brilliant finish! What a finish! What a goal by Rodri! I think Manchester City are mad. That's a finish of a team that are angry, that are frustrated. And Rodri levers that ball into the back of the net. What a finish! And Kyle Walker to blame for the goal at the other end. Does so well to keep it in, and it creates the opportunity. Walker's pass in, Foden's touch, Rodri's effort, Rodri's goal. 2-1, Manchester City. Get in! Oh, my word. Phil Foden involved in everything. He's only been on the pitch 2 minutes. What a second half of football is. Sheffield United coming forward. Sheffield United coming forward. Oh, has he missed? I need the full-time whistle. I can't cope. I cannot cope. Right, guys, let's get 100 likes. We're 15 away. This has been top-notch entertainment. 15 likes. Let's get this to 100. Wow. Ahmedhodzic. stretching with his long legs. I don't know how he's not found the back of the net. 7 minutes added on. Kill the game, City. Kill the game. Bernardo hooks one over. Needs dealing with. They haven't. Haaland can't sort his feet. He can't find Foden. Sheffield United have got it clear. They're hooking one in now. There's 4 forward for Sheffield United. There's space everywhere. Jack Grealish. Centralise it. Foden's in space. Jack. Oh. 14 likes, guys. Let's get them likes up. 14 to go. We need to hold on now. We need to hold on. Foden making the difference. He's been involved in everything. He's been on the pitch a couple of minutes. I'll be honest with you guys. I am flat out. I am these last 10 minutes. And what's that? The pass, Ruben. What's that? No. Over the bar. Oh. Got away with that. Poor giveaway again. The players need to learn when they need to just get rid of that ball. And I think for the first time this season, we're seeing a little bit of rustiness from City, not having too much pre-season. We are only 3 games into the season. I think for the first time, you're seeing City being a bit rusty. You think back to how Man City were playing at the business end of the season. This is a job that Man City would be very professional about, that would get the job done. Man City getting the job done right now, but taking a lot more risks than what they need to. Jack Grealish gets hold of that ball. To the corner flag, Jack. To the corner flag. Free kick. 5 minutes to go. We need to do some keep of the ball. Ball keep. Keep it. Five minutes remaining of this very entertaining second half with so many talking points. I would consider it daylight robbery if we don't come away with 3 points, but Sheffield United aren't out of it, showing tremendous heart, tremendous character to stay in this game. City are not interested in putting this free kick into the box. It's to the corner flag. Erling Haaland loves the corner flag and seeing it out. But it's Jack Grealish that has the ball. City just working it backwards. McBurnie, back from injury, chasing everything down. He's caused problems for City. Foden looked to make the run. Walker doesn't use him first time, but uses him second time. Foden takes 1, takes 2, takes the shot, takes the block, takes the corner. That'll do. It's very much a case that Man City just need to see this one out, I think. Jack Grealish then with the corner. City just taking the time. The referee will add all this on. Erling Haaland's coming over. And Man City are just going to do a bit of keep ball here. I like that the screens now have the... And that'll be thrown to Manchester City. I like how the screens have got the timer on, so all the fans in the stadium are well aware of how long's been added on and how long's left. Next step would be show VAR and mic up the refs. Do that, and I'll be very happy. There'll be another throw into Manchester City. City just wasting time. These these seconds should be getting added on. Really should. All right, we're still 14 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. We're on that big push to 100 likes. Let's make it happen. Kyle Walker gives it to Rodri. City just, I think City are just trying to take the sting out of this game. Walker That's a beautiful flick on by Foden. I've been so impressed with Foden since he's come on. Drilled towards Foden. Chips it to the back post. Jack Grealish picks it up. To the byline, Jack. To the byline. He's so insistent on getting it onto that right foot. Back yourself. Rodri, goal scorer of the Rocket. City coming forward. Intercepted. Good block. Really good block. Sheffield United coming forward. Launched long. Gvardiol with a brilliant header. Not only wins the header, gives Man City possession. 90 seconds remaining here. Plus whatever the referee wants to add on at the end of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he adds an extra 60 seconds on with how inactive that ball's been in injury time. Here's Phil Foden now for Manchester City. Gives it to Kyle Walker. Man City being professional, just trying to see this one out. I think Sheffield United are a bit exhausted now, feeling the sting of the game. Rodri, Man City just happy to knock this one about. Ake to Gvardiol. 1 minute remaining, 60 seconds. Ruben Dias once more. Back to Rodri. This is so important, I feel, for Man City just to grind this one out. Rodri once more. Can we be the first team in the Premier League to play 3, win 3, go top of the Premier League as well? Bidding to make history this season to become the first ever team in the Premier League era to win 4 in a row. No team ever has done it. Man City bidding to try and do that and can go top here with the win. Kyle Walker works it back to Ederson. Send this one long, Eddie. He gets his foot right under that one. Launched long. Sheffield United can't take a good touch. They hook it clear. We're into added time now on added time. Sheffield United is a bit of cramp setting in. They've got no time for them to waste. Time is up. Ref, time is up. Time is up. Ruben Dias whistle is gone. Full time. Manchester City win here. It's not been pretty. It's been frustrating. It's been hard work. It's been tiring. But the job is done. And it is a 3rd win in a row in the Premier League for Manchester City. And Manchester City go top of the Premier League as well. Relief. Julia says 100% it's relief for Manchester City. You saw that frustration when that ball left the boot of Rodri's Rocket into the top corner. It was relief. Erling Haaland scoring the goal, the huff of the cheeks. It was relief. This is a game that Manchester City should have won comfortably. They didn't put the game to bed in the first half. They didn't find the goals that they were looking for, and they were so nearly stung. Towards the end, Jayden Bogle back from injury, deflected from Nathan Ake, I think it was, and into the back of the net. Sheffield United nearly came away from Bramall Lane with a point against the Premier League champions, but it's Rodri finding the goal for Manchester City, winning the game, and that +3 for City as well. Seamus, thank you very much for tuning in. City on to +5 goal difference, the best goal difference, I think, in the Premier League so far this season. You do still have another game to go. Liverpool taking on Newcastle, or should I say Newcastle taking on Liverpool. If either team win, they can't go over Manchester City. Neither team can go on to 9 points. So Manchester City into a very good position already at this early part of the season. As I said, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Now just 12 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. So we're going to go through the stats for this game and draw up some conclusions from this as well, as we'll just refresh the page. So it is full time, 2-1 Manchester City. Goal for Erling Haaland on 63 minutes before an equaliser for Jayden Bogle on the 85th minute. Kyle Walker kicking the advertisement boards, frustrated. He's probably going to have to pay for that. He won't be too fussed though. His ball across the box, touched by Phil Foden, so I don't know if Walker's going to get the assist or Foden will get the assist. It was played on to Rodri to fire 3 minutes later into the top corner and give Manchester City the 3 points for this game. City were just under 80% possession. Sheffield United were just over 20% possession. 6 shots, 2 on target. When they came forward, they looked much better, Sheffield United. And I think I could argue with them scoring that goal, they were a little bit stuck. They gone forward, gone more offensive for the last 10 minutes or so. They'd got used to that. They weren't fully set up defensively, and Man City exploited that and found the goal thanks to a brilliant time substitution with Kovacic coming off. It might have been a deflection off Josko Gvardiol, actually, rather than Nathan Ake. I think it was Josko Gvardiol's heel that took it beyond Ederson. There was appeals for McBurnie being offside. He didn't get the flick on, so he wasn't offside. I think Man City could have had another penalty in the first half. Things went our way and things didn't go our way in this game. It's football. It happens. So 6 shots, 2 on target. Sheffield United finding that 1 goal. Man City, 30 shots, 9 on target, 2 goals. Not very clinical from City. And if we hadn't won this game, I'd have been referring back to that Nottingham Forest game and City not being clinical to blame. But as it is, we don't have to worry about that. 4 shots off target, 13 off target for Manchester City. No block shots for Sheffield United, 8 block shots for Manchester City. 67% pass completion rate for Sheffield United, 92% for Manchester City. 1 clear-cut chance created for Sheffield United, 2 for Manchester City. 1 corner for Sheffield United and 12 for Manchester City. 1 offside for Sheffield United, 2 for Manchester City, including that disallowed goal for Nathan Ake. 58% tackle completion rate for Sheffield United, 66% for Manchester City. Aerial duels, 31% for Sheffield United and 69% just under for Manchester City. 7 saves for Wes Foderingham to make, none for Ederson. Again, it's one of them cases where Ederson's not really had too much to do in the game other than pick the ball out the back of the net. Thankfully, doesn't cost Manchester City, and it is our first goal, actually, that we have conceded so far this season. 11 fouls committed for Sheffield United with 4 yellow cards and 2 for Manchester City with no yellow cards. 2 fouls, 1 for Sheffield United, 9 for Manchester City. No red cards as well for either team. And as you can see from Man City's form, continuing their good form, unbeaten so far this season, losing on penalties against Arsenal in the Community Shield, winning our first Premier League game 3-0 away against Sheffield United, following that up with a 1-0 draw against Sevilla and winning on penalties to win the European Super Cup. We won last weekend against Newcastle. A week later, or 8 days later, we come back here away from home against Sheffield United, clearly motivated, decent defensive performance from them. We've got a quality keeper in Wes Foderingham and a hard-fought victory that was dragged right to the end by Manchester City. And I think I can safely say that what Julia said before is it's very much relief there for Manchester City, but it did get the job done, which I'm pleased to say Man City come out with the plus 3 points for this one. As a bit of feedback, the geezer, thanks for tuning in, saying hopefully Fulham next week will be a bit easier. I'm not so sure it will, considering they just picked up a good point away from home against Arsenal, who were challenging Manchester City. So that's, again, it's not going to be an easy game. And when you've not got Pep Guardiola on the touchline as well, it makes it a little bit more difficult too with Juan Marlilo in charge. But Juan Marlilo will be very happy that his first game leading Manchester City today, albeit under the guidance of Pep Guardiola through AirPods, picks up his first win for Manchester City as well. Manchester City get the job done. Well, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. So we are into the nervous 90, just 9 away from 100 likes. I'm sure we'll hit it in the post-production, but if you could leave a thumbs up now, that would be much appreciated. I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. It's the first time this season in the Premier League we've had a full live stream go to plan. So I do hope that you did enjoy the content. Please do leave a thumbs up. It does let me know that you are enjoying the live streams and you are enjoying the videos. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the game or watch this, or leave your thoughts in the live chat whilst we are still live. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. I will have my match review, match analysis, and match reaction up for you guys within the next 60 minutes. You have my word. And also, don't forget as well, if you haven't done so already, do go and check out my social media links there in the description, including my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in there too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. We are just 7 likes now away from 100 likes. I like that. DJ K saying, Lilo, not as animated, need Pep back. Pep not going to be back until after the international break, so we've got to get through another game yet with Juan Marlilo in charge. Gets his first dub for Manchester City today, and hopefully he can continue that next week as well against Fulham. Spike says that I took Haaland off second half, but Alvarez through the middle, Doku on the right wing. Foden should have started in his opinion. As it is, Manchester City come out with the win, so Manchester City will consider that a success. So I'm not too sure why we didn't bring Doku on in the second half. I would have brought him on, in my honest opinion. The only way he's going to get up to scratch as quickly as possible is giving him the minutes that he requires. Hopefully next week he'll be able to make his debut for Manchester City. And if we can add a central midfielder between now and transfer deadline day, we could be in the position that maybe 2 players make their debut. And who knows, Doku could be making his debut for Manchester City next week, starting rather than coming off the bench as well. Julia, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Looking forward to the next game. The next game against Fulham, I'm going to be doing a match vlog. It's going to be over on my partner channel, JSGC Football. Links in the description. Subscribe over there. It's going to be an excellent video. I can already guarantee you that. I've got so much planned to look forward to. That will be up for you guys next Sunday. You'll, of course, have all the build-up to that Fulham game and my match reaction to look forward to as well. Next live stream after the international break when Manchester City will be taking on, I think it's an away game against West Ham when we come back after the international break is the next time we will be live. But I'm so happy to have these live streams back for you guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed the content. Much appreciated. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys again real soon for the next Manchester City video, as we're now just 5 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Stuart, thank you very much for tuning in. Says, I've got out of jail there. I got out of jail free card for Manchester City. I like it. A good show of resilience, and in my opinion, no more than Manchester City deserved. It would have been robbery for us not to have won this game, but there are definitely 100% lessons to be learned. I'll see you all for my match review, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you're in the UK, have a brilliant rest of your bank holiday weekend as well. I'll see you all again real soon. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.